Hi, everybody. Welcome to a show. You know, it's a Tuesday, and I appreciate that most of you have work tomorrow, and so we're trying to do this a little early. I couldn't get up and do a show this morning. My voice was gone, frankly. And then all this stuff escalated yesterday. I've never had a cross-country transatlantic. I'm out of it. Cross-country flight go so fast because there was such good in-flight entertainment. Jesus Christ. So it's probably going to be a long one. I don't know, but I'm having a drink on a Tuesday because I don't know how to handle this without it. There's so much to cover. There's so much to go over. And we're doing it. We're doing it. The phone lines are open. The number is pinned to the top of the chat, as well as the URL for the voice chats. We're going to need some comedic relief tonight. I can almost goddamn guarantee you. Chris Bueller, right out of the gate, 10 gifted memberships. And I know he had some other ones earlier. I wasn't in front of the computer during the pre-show. I picture you guys think I'm just staring at the screen. Dead Fool, welcome back, by the way. What did you do, Melton? Shame on you. You're the nefarious one. Me, an angel. I mean, there's never been a better argument against that. There's never been a bigger argument against that, because this motherfucker today, I think, gave to Shuli, gave to Kevin, and now he's over here. Get wrecked. Get wrecked. You want to talk about loyalty? Jesus Christ. Real quick, Bob's pool party, who I met in Atlantic City, is here. Fantastic man and his beautiful, gorgeous woman. Billy, welcome. Lil Herbly. Mason in Portland, welcome. Backtrick Patrick, we missed you. That's nice. Where were you? You know, where were all you number ones? You fucking cucks. Sketty Tooth, thanks for re-upping, as well as Daylaw. Onion Lives Matter, no onions left behind. By the way, Steel Toe sucks. I was just looking, I'm not even kidding you, just for a little, let's start with some fun. I mean, they are 9. God damn it. We're not meant to share screens today. I can't. I can't. Anyway, they have 9.91 thousand subscribers. Somehow they're still going backwards. It can't be possible. It can't be possible. But that's neither for here nor there. Sketty Galloway. Waver, thank you. Justin Kemple, super low energy. Get this man some bacon or ribs. Thank you. That'd be great. I'd love some takeout. Lance, typical, sat the entire flight watching podcast and vaping. Thank you very much. Mr. Panhandler, I agree, Deadfool. Melton is really stirring the pot. These allegations will all be fixed tonight. I have so much truth. And we've even kept the chat open so Kevin can come in. Hi, Kevin. Matt the pool guy, get your prep. Fark, yeah. Zin's producer, 5 months. What a fucking pay pig. Do I got you on the teat or do I got you on the teat? Milk Mama. No, just kidding. I have no idea who that is. It might be a dude. Anyway, it's gonna be loose tonight, but it's gonna be truths tonight. Okay. So strap in for that.
Welcome back, Patrick. I was watching April cut my kid's hair with a Flow B, and it made me hard thinking of the goal money I saved. So me and April started doing a 69. When she farted and blew a COVID flu shit all over my face like a beehive, I wiped my face off, called Gino, and we had a good man-on-man phone sex. This is my.
That's what we're going with?
I was in a bad mood, but the voice chats made me laugh. I didn't even want to laugh. I'm surprised Shuli hasn't tried to steal the A. Voice tips, only a matter of time, right? Shuli, what's the price of human garbage?
This fight is never going to end, huh? Drink up tonight, everybody. Drink up. It's going to be an interesting one. I'm not going to be able to cover it all. And if you want to call in again, 323-825-4990. There's a pinned message at the top of the chat that's got that in it. And you can feel free to call in and ask any questions you want. I don't know. I honestly don't know how to start this thing. I saw someone in the chat before the show say that they'd like an explanation as to what happened over the past 72 hours. So I guess a rundown is in order.
Patrick, raid my rabbit hole and break it apart like you did MLC. Did you hear that KB called you a fat fuck? How incredibly original. Fuck me, fatty.
So I go to Atlantic City. Friday, I meet up with two fans that happen to be there. Mario, movie star Fingernails from LA. And Flimsy Greenberg, who I consider now one of my closest friends. We almost docked several times. Now, he's a great guy. He hung out with me and played poker. Even the extra day I stayed, he came out and hung out. And, of course, as reported, I was chain smoking cigarettes. And I actually had a TV strapped to my head just playing Crowder. And I was in a wheelchair. I made people wheel me around because I refused to not sit all weekend. And anyway, I was smoking this week. I was having a great time. I smoke, 1 weekend a year. It's great. I quit cold turkey. I haven't touched a cig since Sunday. It's easy. Bob Levy is weak. Shuli is weak. Moderate yourself. Grow up. Anyway, we have a great time. Bob shows up right when we're going to do the podcast. I meet Bob for the first time. Bob's great. Gina's great. Nice. We do the show. Everyone in the room was laughing. Mario and Flimsy Greenman came up to the room, and I mean, we're audibly laughing out loud. We're having a hilarious show. The whole thing happens to be at the expense of Gina, pretty much treating her sour box like Chad's stolen credit cards. Just
Jim Stansel is a broke fuck. David Skarika sucks and is crawling around drunk on cringe as a pussy boy. And KB is the hugest paranoid, doddering old fuck man-turd bitch of all time. Fuck KB. He accuses people of trying to get his Patreon and YouTube taken down all the time with zero evidence. Hack.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. Anyway, we have a great show. The whole show is like Gina's the butt of the joke. She takes it all in stride. We're all laughing. It's all funny. It's all good times. Easy. Fun show. Easy show. People have rewatched it, love it. I mean, just fun. Everybody's, commenting on how gay and giddy I was during it. Yeah, when I'm around other people, I laugh, man. I have a good time. I'm pretty easygoing. And then we, Kevin texted us right before the show, "Where are you?" And I told Bob, and Bob's like, yeah, I bet he came up tonight. And so I tell him where we are. We waited 20 minutes. He doesn't answer back. Hours go by. I'm like, are you here? Kevin doesn't answer. We do the show. Kevin goes, I'll be there at 11. At 10:40, he goes, I'm in the poker room. He meets up with Florentine. We end the show. We go down. We're hanging out with Florentine and his girl and Kevin. We all drink for an hour or two. And DeStefano shows up, and Florentine and his girl go with DeStefano to the club. You know, me, Bob, and Kevin, we're not really looking to club. So I think Levy bounced before Florentine and DeStefano went to the club. And now I know Levy had a hernia. I had no idea about any of this. Levy had a hernia. We all know he's older than Jesus. You know, he looks like his skin's made of paper mache. Roasted. Got him. We're going to have to keep it fun here today, okay? And we just had a great night. It was a good night, but, you know, the minute we started playing poker, Kevin the whole night bitched about how Florentine ditched us for DeStefano, as if anybody cares. The whole night. And then, you know, he's giving out all the phone numbers at the table, Chad and Louis C.K. and Dave Chappelle and Joe List and Jim Gaffigan, just offering numbers to people. For a guy who, by the way, this whole thing with Shuli, you claim is because of the number on Calta, which Shuli didn't have anything to, that was a reach anyway to begin with. But somehow you can give out way more famous people's numbers willy-nilly at a poker table, strangers. He literally, I think he said, you want Louis C.K.'s number? I got two. I got two numbers for Louis C.K. So, you know, it was all funny. Everyone was laughing. We had a great, Friday night was a great night. And around noon, I go back. I text Kevin in the morning, like, you out playing? No answer. 4 o'clock comes. There's 30 people standing around waiting for him. He's no sign of him, no word from him. Then he texts me, poker room 4:30. 4:30 comes and he's not around. He, you know, meanders up all coy at probably 4:45, and he sees a small group of us, me, Flimsy, and some others, and he's like, is this all there is? And we're like, no, there's a bunch of people over there waiting. And we eventually make our way over there after taking he wanted to take a photo with just like those few people that were in the group there. And I was like, let's go get everybody. And then he's like, no, let's just these few. Then we walk over, meet everybody. Then you've heard the stories from him. Christina Marie gets us a table. We're all sitting around. Kevin's friendly to everybody. You know, Carl's brother said Carl was going to come until they had the falling out. And I said that would have been great. He should have just come and crushed it. And Kevin laughed and said, I don't even remember why I'm mad. And it's like, right. Of course. Correct. You know? So, yeah, I after a while, I mean, he tells everybody Melton wanted to have a private poker game. Again, this is just, you know, Kevin, I think it was other Ray, who came up with the idea. He's like, they'll spread a private game. So I went to Kevin and I was like, do you want a private table? Because he did want to play poker. And I thought, you know, all the fans want to be with him. You know, everyone's trying to like at least steer this in the direction of a successful event and letting everybody wants to talk and hang with Kevin, get a little time with Kevin. And so they do the private table. You heard the stories. People didn't know how to play. It was a rough game. It was rocky. It was, you know, Ski Mask took $200 off me. Somehow I was down $400 in that game and I ended up 100 up It was a blessing because maniacs were at that table. But people would come and go out of the poker room, stand around, watch the poker game, leave, go do other things. Some people went and watched Levy's Son's band. Ray went up and podcasted. Other people stayed and drank. Some people went and watched the UFC, but everybody's kind of in the same area and just kept mingling and coming back and talking. And it was a fun night. Everybody kind of did what they want to do and kept hanging out with everybody. I'd say it was a success. When you want to talk about Steel Toe getting 100 people out to an event that they promoted for 6 months and flew headliners across the country for, and you want to talk about a guy with no plan and no, enthusiasm about an event to have 35, 40 people come out to it, I meant every bit of what I said to Kevin on that show Saturday night as it was a success. I think it was great. And we were going up to do a show, me and Ray, and Ski Mask was going to do it, and some fans wanted to come up. And, I tried to tell Kevin, come up and do it. What else are you going to do? He was sick of playing poker. So I was like, just come up and do the show. And he acts like he doesn't want to do it. I'm going to come do 5 minutes, but then we do over 2 hours. The show's available for Overdose Light members right here on the channel. It'll be up on the regular Overdose later tonight, I hope. But the point is, it was fun and everybody there had a good time. And then after the show, they all left. It's 2 a.m. or whatever. And the next morning I wake up, I text Kevin in the morning like, hey, are you still here? Are you playing poker? No answer. All day Sunday, Flimsy Greenberg comes. I play poker with him and Mario. I run into Teamster Tim. I run into KB. Everyone was so great. Everyone we met got along, was great. Ski Mask and Stevie Lou are turning out to be some of the most normal people in this universe. That's insane to say. If you would have told me that 3 months ago, I would have probably shoved you and your mama down a flight of stairs. So, no answer from Kevin all day Sunday on my text. His thing he was saying today about our exchanges last night. Oh, Melton was all sour because I didn't text him back. I mean, that's not true. I just don't, we'll get up to it. Anyway, I guess this all broke out Sunday because Bob texted Kevin, I can't do this anymore. I don't want to be on the show anymore. And, Kevin, what I realized about Kevin Saturday night, and by the way, I enjoyed today's MLC. I will always be a Kevin fan. This was all, of course, called before I even did MLC, of course. Kevin gets tired of everybody. Kevin turns on everybody. We joked about it, but it is true. And if your expectations of that are tempered and realistic, then, you shouldn't get butthurt about it or spiral out or anything. It's like, yeah, of course Kevin was going to kick me to the curb, of course. Like, no duh. Have you seen MLC? So there's no hard feelings over here. He, of course, I didn't even mean that I would never do MLC. I never even said that to him. He flipped out on me last night, the same way he did with this Bob situation. I mean, I want to make this clear. This is nothing. This is so stupid. Nobody is making any sort of consistent, logical sense. And by the way, I'm mad at all of them. All of them. I think Bob's acting retarded. I think Shuli's acting nefarious and retarded. And I don't even know if I'm against it. I see it from everybody's point of view, and I do get it. If Kevin did a show every day for 2 months, just needling me and talking about me like I was the worst piece of shit, that, I would go scorched earth like Shuli is doing. Shuli maybe want to pretend like he's not just throttling Kevin just to fuck with Kevin and fuck Kevin, but he is. I mean, I feel it. It feels clear to me. No, nobody's acting correct here. Nobody's making any logical sense. Again, if giving out your number is such a mortal sin, then why give it so freely at the poker table, Kevin? Illogical. Doesn't make sense. You're rationally pretending to be angry about something. It's not about the number. This is like insecure old men fighting over poor Bob Levy in the middle. And by the way, Bob Levy's not making any kind of logical sense to me. You know, Shuli and Bob Levy are over there like Bob will never go back. He went after his family. It's like Chad did that. And by the way, idiots, he'll do it in 2 months. You're so dumb. But they're not dumb. That's why I say something else is going on. I don't know. The prevailing theory is that Shuli and Bob just want Chad to leave him alone, and it's easier to keep your enemies close. So, like, is that it? Is it just to spare your families? You know? This is a guy who somebody called it on our Discord last night, I think. This is a 6-month story arc for Shuli. And if it's all business and money making and clicks, fine. But let's just be honest about what it is. This whole, like, we recognize a talent in Chad. It's like, no, Chad is like a funny sports radio guy. Give him a sports show. Like, for a sports guy, he's got some quips. Comedy guy, he's got nothing. Even today, when he was grinning ear to ear, shaking his knee and shaking the whole table, self-soothing. The entire show just literally vibrating. Go back and watch it. He's vibrating. So it'll be 2 months of, hey, we're all doing a new afternoon show. And then it'll be 2 months of infighting because Chad's going to slowly realize he's the same position there as he was on MLC. The fucking butt of the joke. Just a Ray equivalent type guy. And then, of course, Chad will start stream sniping and fighting with Shuli. We've all seen this movie before, right? There's something else going on. There's something else going on. Both Shuli and KB are acting so fucking irrational and just determined to fucking, like, they would fight, I think, if they were in a room. It's sad. It is sad. I have tried with all three of them to de-escalate this for the past 2 days. All three of them. I'm like, at one point or another, I've told them, like, just chill, cool it off. Don't stream snipe. Don't do this. It feels gross that minutes after this all happened, you launched a snipe stream. It does. Let's take a call. Hello. All right. It doesn't sit right with me. And again, Bob and Gina are nice. We got along. I thought they were great people. I have no problems with them. Bob and I worked well together. We had a great time, but there's no consistency in this messaging that you'll go back and work things out with Chad, but you won't. First of all, I get it. You're like, Chad will have a conversation. Chad will pick up the phone and talk like men. He won't. He is a desperate lost boy. He's a dog without a yard. He needs the fence closed because that's how he feels comfortable. Tell me where to go. Tell me where to stay. Put me in my box. Put me in my cage. And when he gets loose, he acts aggressive and lashes out. And guess what? Something will happen and he'll have to be cut loose again and he will be aggressive and lash out and you'll be the next victim again. So if the real reason is, if what everybody's saying is true, that the minute he went after your wife, Shuli, you went and made a deal, then it's going to be so much fucking worse when this happens again. And I know the line. I know what you're saying. No, Bob was about to get crazy and make a serious mistake. It's like, Again, Bob was tuckered out this weekend and has a hernia. Was he? Was he going to pay somebody to fuck Chad? I mean, what? What do you mean? And by the way, that's on Bob. You don't have to step in. That's on Bob. So you're willing to let this fucking idiot back into your network? Oh, I mean, it's okay. I get it. I can't stop you. I can't, but it sends a clear fucking message to me that, like, there's no, none of this makes any sense. And again, I swear something else is going on. Some other deal was struck. Something happened. There was some sort of threat. There was some sort of, something's going on. It's a fear. It's a leave my wife alone. It's something. I don't know what. But you got to be consistent. If Shuli's the devil for giving out numbers, you're thrice the devil. If you'll never go back to Kevin because he's going after your family, what are you doing with Chad? And by the way, does it only, we were talking to Chad. We were like, this has to end. This has to end. It's like, but yet, while he's doing shows with you, he can go after my family. And by the way, Bob and Gina went after Chad's family and have said things about Kevin's family. So this is insane. I mean, no one's consistent. Everyone acts like what everyone else is doing is unforgivable, yet they've all done it. They've all fucking done it.
Operation Infiltrate MLC accomplished. Our welcome all you super gremlins. I am Uar God. Bow to my cankles.
And the most disturbing thing, I think, is how quickly it all happened. Everyone's friends, and the next day it's your whore wife.
KB will feel the wrath of the Rev and his followers. Oh, my fat mez will destroy KB, you Swede, you piazza.
Yeah, everybody's going to destroy everybody, but, Kevin's afraid to walk around in public. Bob's getting laid up with hernia surgery. And, again, Chad has nothing in the tank and just needs to belong to a posse. To think that Chad's reasonable and you can talk to Chad, I don't even, again, knock yourselves out. I get along with Shuli and disagree all day. Shuli doesn't turn on me and call me a fucking asshole. We just completely disagree on this thing. I think it's, again, I don't think they're dumb. So something else is going on. Because you're not dumb, right? Bob's fake pool. Money, money, money. Correct. And that's fine, but just call it what it is. And by the way, that's one of the things eating away at Kevin, too. It's always about money and show me the numbers, and he doesn't have this, and Bob got paid this, and I paid that, and Shuli's paying this, and what does Shuli make? And he don't make no money, and he's got to pay this many people. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? And then, again, we're 24 hours out, and it's like, I'm going to turn him into the IRS, or I'm going to call the cops, or I'm going to fly. It's like, what? I don't know. I don't know where it goes from here. I don't know how it gets any better. Johnny Rockwell, Team Levy, FKB. Chauncey Gardner, who I met in AC. Great meeting you in AC. You're not so fat in real life. I'm very fat. Water buffalo-like. So yeah, I just, this is also, and also, again, the logical fallacy. KB's throwing this meme I posted in my face. Because I was learning about this while I was getting on a flight yesterday. And I tweeted me listening to Levy and KB, and I posted Urkel going, did I do that? As a joke. Because of course I didn't, you idiots. We were standing around Saturday. It wasn't even like, I forget who was out there. It might have been Bob's pool party. It might have been other Ray. It might have been Barry Ribs. It might have been Teamster Tim. But there were a bunch of us out there. I can't remember specifically who was in the circle because we were out there for a couple hours. And Bob told a story that Chad called me this morning. And we were all laughing. And I was like, oh, fishing for info? And he's like, no, he was very calm. He was very easygoing. Just asked how it was going. Asked about Florentine, I think he said. And I said, he's fishing for info. And he's like, you think? And I was like, of course. He's just using you. He's trying to get anything he can to use. Because remember, Chad was spiraling all weekend about the event. He was having a real breakdown when it came to coping with this, not being at this event. He can pretend, again, we're living in a world where people just, what is, and people cannot, ever since Trump and COVID, there is no absolute true north anymore. Everybody just thinks that, well, Steel Toe's over there, like, we do the numbers like this. We count like this. Our abacus does this. And it just like, whatever is, it's like to Steel Toe. Like, Steel Toe still calls us a little show. It's like, we've grown bigger. We've grown bigger than you now. Sorry. Kevin wants to talk about Shuli like he's a loser who makes no money. And I don't know. I've been told never to count a Shuli shekels. But if we're just talking about like what looks like is pouring in pure income and views and memberships and growth, I mean, Shuli's killing it. They're talking about putting producer Joe on at 7 a.m., which will be up against my time slot. He'll beat me immediately. They're just getting views, baby. I can't, what am I going to go? Like, they ain't. You got to think about it like this. No, like it just, I'll be destroyed. I'll be ruined. I'll be put out of business. I'll be roadkill. Shuli will buy my show from Rick, and I'll be working for him before you know it. That's how well they're doing over there. Sorry. I mean, it just like, you can bury your head in the sand and scream that they aren't and that they suck. But I'm over in their chat, and people can't stop. I mean, they're getting calloused thumbs from opening their wallet and just take it all. Sorry. They just hit 15,000 subs. I know. So, like, what is.
You see this kind of guy, and it just goes to show you the kind of gross, fat-titted person who wears red shoes.
I agree. He's obsessed with me. Chad.
It's the money, stupid. Yeah, it is the money. Tommy Seven Names, good meeting you Saturday, Melton. Yeah, Tommy Seven Names is great. Really good sport. We were busting his balls at the poker table. He's a great dude. Big laugh. Mr. Panhandler, appreciate the voice of reason, Melton. Sucks for us fans as you were great on MLC. Well, at least one NLO cap is clean. Dig the white and black. Well, this is what doesn't make sense. I was done 2 weeks ago, and he begged me, no, you got to go through Atlantic City. That was the deal. 3 months. Oh, that's where we're at. We're exactly 3 months. And he's like, you're done after Atlantic City. You can go. He said this for weeks. You've all heard it. And what really pisses me off is the stuff he makes up in his mind and declares himself a winner on, just like Steel Toe, just like Gino. I don't know anything about Gino Bisconte. I've got nothing against him. We bust his balls. But I don't know anything about the dude. Losing his mind over me. Losing his mind. Has to make up shit and then tell me I'm wrong. Just like Kevin. Melton bitched out today. We're supposed to have Melton on today. No, we weren't. You never talked to me about that. You ghosted me Saturday. You ghosted me. I'm not confused. You're telling everybody that we texted? You're telling everybody we texted, and as soon as Melton got back to Vegas where we didn't have to see each other face to face, he was like, I don't know you like that. We're not friends. I never said any of that. Make up more texts. Make up more texts. I busted your balls because you hadn't texted me back in 2 days, but when you wanted me to do your show, you text me. You don't answer my text around Atlantic City, but when you want to know where we are, you text me. I've never been confused. I never thought we were friends. I don't care. Can you imagine talking to you? You know, I every text was like about helping you with the internet. I never thought we were friends. Bob and I have talked over text more than you and I. And like friendly stuff. And Bob texted me 2 times before I left Atlantic City. Great meeting you. It was a great weekend. It was so fun. Like a human. And I said the same. Like a human. You, the minute you were done, you left and didn't answer anybody because you didn't need anything else. So yeah, I busted your balls when you text me. I'm not a bitch. And then you're like, well, you come on tomorrow. And I was like, no. You said I was, this was the whole deal. This was the whole deal. And then to go around acting like I bitched out or canceled on you today, you've never asked me. You went on your, I'm listening on the plane yesterday, Melton will be on tomorrow and sort this off. What? I don't even like him that much, but he'll be on. Fuck you. I'm not Ray. I'm not going to listen. Every time I'm not on the show, you get a shit all over me, and then I come on and go, hoo, hoo, hoo. I love it. I love Kevin. I'm a fan of Kevin. I'll watch every day. I'm laughing. I was so excited to be part of a story arc on a show that I'm a fan of. It's like getting tapped to play Podrick on Game of Thrones. You know, like, oh, I get to play the big fat fuck who learns how to make bread. I'm in. I'll be in 4 episodes, and then I just get to sit back and see how it all wraps up with the dragons and the blonde bitch. I'm in. It was great. I had fun. It's not a personal thing, so I don't know why you're so butthurt. You were using me. You were mad that you didn't get all out of the sponge that you wanted. There's still a few more drops in that fat sponge. I wanted to be the one to end it. No. We agreed like gentlemen on a contract, which you broke several terms of. And then you're bitching that when the contract's over, we do what it says on the paper. I love Kevin, but you stop getting mad at nothing. This is nothing. And at the same time, he's like, this is all Melton. Melton caused all this. Melton snitched. It wasn't a secret. If Bob said, don't tell this, or this is in confidence, or if it was one-on-one, I wouldn't have even brought it up. It was a story to a group of people in a room or outside. So, like, it's insane to pretend like Melton snitched or ran over there or thought this would start. It's a nothing. I don't know. I don't care that Bob talks to Chad. I don't care. I like Bob. I don't like Chad. I don't have a problem with Bob. I think it's dumb to think that Chad's going to change or you're going to slow him down. Again, there's some other motivation there. You're not telling us. I'm 100% convinced of that. Something's shady. Sorry, it just is. There's no logical sense to Bob and Shuli other than they're scared of Chad or some other deal has been struck. Like there's no other fucking reason that would be. And then Kevin does a show and it is that energy. He's looking for trouble. You know, did you see KB, Lady KB, on Ray's stream, jumping around having fun? You know, coke allegations aside, everybody's having a good attitude. You just see my stream with Kevin. Kevin makes everybody in the room nervous because he's just attacking everyone and shitting on everything. And it is what, look, it's his greatest strength and his greatest weakness. It's his genius and his curse. It is what makes him great. We wouldn't want it any other way. And guess what? Now you ever seen him stroke a man like he did Stevie Lou today? This is your best appearance. You're doing great. We can't even let him go for $400. I mean, wow. It's just like groom your next one. Groom your next one. Somebody said, wow, it's almost like that's what MLC is. It is. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So it was an honor and it was great, but you can't get mad at me that I didn't let you throw me away on your terms. I'm just done. We've talked about it. I'm done. And by the way, I would have come on once a quarter. We could have just returned to the previous policy, but you got to go around lying about me, and I'm not going to be hurt. There's no fight. There's no fight over here. I was genuine about it the whole time I said it. You know, I never asked for MLC. I wasn't fighting for MLC. But I think KB told me on the phone when we made this deal. Yeah, I'll get tired of you anyway. It's like, yeah, of course. So I know what the deal is. That's why it's insane to make up shit and have to yell at me and talk shit like a butthurt girlfriend, because there's no fighting over here. Just don't lie. You don't need to make up lies. Just go, I'm done with you, and then spit. And then walk away. And I wish you well. I really do. I love MLC. I'll watch MLC. Fan of Kevin's. I think he's fucking hilarious. Stevie Lou is even growing on me today. I love that Adam's like becoming a part of the show now. But of course that's gonna solicit a lot of opinions about Adam. I hope he's ready for that. Like, if you're gonna become a guy, you're gonna be guyed at. You know what I mean? Sources say KB is mad. I mean, what else is new? KB's mad at everybody. But again, none of this is made. He's like, Kevin's like, I wouldn't even have known if you hadn't have told me. Of course you knew it was going to blow up. It's like, no, I didn't know you were going to choose to overreact to nothing. Sorry. I don't try to control men who men call. Bob can call and be best friend. I don't know what's going on. It seemed like Gina didn't want any of that. When I was talking to her Friday, seems like Gina would rather be done with it all, but it's good for the network and it's good for views and clicks and stuff. So I guess it's gonna have to be worked out, but you're retarded if you don't have a crystal ball on this one. Guess what? Chad turns. Guess how this ends? Chad turns, and next time it's personal. So of course, citizen, call in with your girl voice. Justice for Stutjo Depot, an ex-employee of TSN who hasn't been paid yet. Yeah, I mean, you don't know the details of that, and neither do I, so that's retarded. It's dumb to get into that. Let's focus. Mario movie star fingernails. Great time had by all. Thanks for everything. Can't wait till next year's Piazza-thon. What's up, Tommy? 7 names. No cross chat. Chalk? Cross chalk. Bob can be made to believe anything. This was proven by the solar incident. Solar is dumb boomer trap. We need to stop giving Bob so much credit. Some of the fans are sort of upset that KB is refusing to pay Bob for this month of work, all because of a phone call and KB's paranoia. Well, they're both saying different things, so I honestly don't get little things like that. It's like, if Kevin's not paying Bob something, then it's stupid. Of course, yes. But again, we don't know the details of these things, and clearly, like, we never will. This is all like insanity. Stuff's going on behind the scenes. I'm sorry. Something's going on. Sorry. When things don't make sense, it's for a reason. It's because you're not seeing all the pieces. Kevin is a user and an abuser. I do think there's some truth to that. And by the way, there's no need to be. God, did I see it this weekend? It's like this Chad call had nothing to do with Kevin. It wasn't a slight at Kevin. I don't think that Bob would say anything. You know, Bob has been fighting. He's right. Bob has been fighting this. Like, this was all Melton. If Melton didn't do this, none of this would have happened. But then also it's been building for months and months. And Melton, you don't know what this is about. You're on the outside. He said both those things today. Because I said, I'm not going to be involved with this. I'm not a part of it. He's like, yeah, you are. You were a big part of this. And today he's like, Melton doesn't know what the fuck's going on. He's an outsider looking in. It's like, well, which did I cause it, or has it been building for months? Am I the epicenter of it, or am I the outside looking in? It's like, it's whatever you need to like cram whatever weird, you know, narrative you're trying to make at that moment. And of course everyone knows that. I'm not, look, I know I'm not telling anybody anything they don't know. Because this is what MLC is. I just, I want to say my piece on it on my way out, and I'm sure Kevin will rant about me for a week, if not weeks, and I imagine once a month I'll pop into his head and he'll go, like, fucking Melton did me. He said today he fired his merch guy as a joke. It's like, this is like what Chad did. Like, oh, Melton's so butthurt I won't talk to him. It's like, what? I don't call, email, text, tweet. I don't do any of that to you. Who's hurt? But it's what I love. I love it. I'm here for it. It's great. I never thought we were friends. And not because I wouldn't have been Kevin's friend, but Kevin doesn't seem to embrace relationships like that. There's something there's some insecurity there. It's like when I brought up the 35 fans. Like, I'm not trolling him. He's like, he's trolling me, telling me I only have 35 fans. It's like, that wasn't what I was saying at all. I just like it really is insane what people tell themselves and make up in their minds. Ha, you're on the onions.
You didn't cause it. It was both guys wanted this. Kevin for the money, and because of Bob's doing with Chad. And Bob was sick of getting berated once a week. Like, it became uncomfortable for him, and he would go on the BS show the next day, and Shuli would say, just come here, we love you, we love you. And finally, I think Bob's the one who flew off the handle more than Kevin this weekend, when Kevin really wasn't that harsh on Sunday, and Bob's just like, fuck it. But this was coming, and it's fine. It had nothing to do with you. That's obvious, and I think you know that. But and I'm glad the two worlds split now. I would watch the BS show to get the MLC drama from the night before because of their stupid fights. But now there's really nothing now there's two separate worlds, and that's the way it should be, because there's two networks and shows could not be more unalike, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's insane to me when like people that experienced in life are gaslighting themselves because they're clearly fragile. It's like Kevin was clearly like projecting when I wasn't saying anything bad about having only 30 people there. Again, it's better than I thought it would be, and it was great. No one who came is like, this was dumb. Everyone had a great time. It was exactly what we thought it would be. So
Kevin's one of the most sensitive people you'll ever be around. He is so sensitive. If you say one little thing against him, he can't handle it. He's very sensitive. I love him. I love the show, but he's a baby. Last night's conversation pretty much went, will you do my show? And I was just like, you said we're done. No, I won't do it. You're a dick. And then like an hour later, so you won't even do Mondays anymore? And then I was like, you said we were done. Like, we're done. We're done. And then he goes, fuck you. It's just like, Jesus. Well, that's too bad, because you were good on the show. But he's been doing this, I think, like 8 or 9 years now, and from the get-go with Lenny, it was a shit show, and it'll always be a shit show, and that's why it's entertaining.
Yeah, it's great.
Shuli holds nothing like that for me anyway. It's just a different kind of show, and Bob's never fit on MLC. When it was good is when it was him and Chad picking at each other and fighting each other constantly, and Chad getting mad at Bob. That's when Bob was his best. Once Chad left, Bob wasn't useful. That's over now, and there was really no reason for Kevin to keep paying him all that money because anybody can do what the current Bob is doing on that show. And Bob's fascination with Chad is one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen in my life. Just 3 years ago, an elderly man was in the shower, and Chad went in his locker and stole his credit cards and used them 36 times. He's not a normal human being. He's not the kind of person you want to go into business. I understand why Shuli's doing it. It's the F over Kevin. But I bet.
Yeah,
Shuli
I honestly
Chad
think that
now.
too. It's like if we don't grab Chad, Kevin will grab him again to fuck Shuli. It's like at least I know what Kevin was trying to do, have me on today, and it's exactly what I told him. I'm not going to be a tool in this fight. I like you both, and this is retarded. This is overreacting times 10 to nothing. You guys are supposed to be like tough. Remember, this is the most difficult, savage show on the internet. It ain't.
Right.
Everybody's got depends on.
They both tapped, but they were both ready. Everybody was ready. But I don't think Shuli will go in that deep with Chad because I know you think they're making a fortune and they are doing well. But he has a big operation. Kevin pays Kevin.
I know.
And then pieces out his little bit. I mean, Shuli, I don't even think they're taking in $300,000 a year, and they have to pay like 6-7 people. I mean, just do the math. I mean, the truth is none of us know.
I can tell you just from behind the scenes here, people Venmo, people PayPal.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be easy for Shuli to just say, okay, Bob, here's an extra $50K. If they're going to do a show every day, they're going to have to get 1,000 to 1,200 in super chats every day.
It's not going to be an extra. It's not going to be an extra $50K, and apparently he already makes about $50K from Shuli. Bob said a few months back he made $6,000 a month from Shuli. He said that on MLC when Kevin was pressuring him. But Bob's been this is my other point. Bob's been dodging this. Kevin's been needling him about what do you make and why don't you leave Shuli and why don't you. It's just like this was all Kevin needling Bob, and Bob kept going, I'm loyal. I would never. And I heard it and I believe him. Bob is like me. Bob may have been a badass back in the day, and he may still have that part of his brain telling him he's tough and he'll take down anybody and whip anybody's ass. But dude, time's ticking. You get mellowed out. You don't want to fight everybody all the time. You don't want to you're not going to fist fight people. You're not going to be swinging. Nobody wants to just fucking fight all the time. And by the way, you can have on-air fun radio fights. We go after Steel Toe for a million things. I've never thought about going and seeing the guy and confronting him. I don't hope he's homeless. It's just like, what are we fucking doing? I do hope he's homeless, actually.
I'm going to make one final point, and I so appreciate the time, and you do a great job. That's like me with Stevie Lou today right there. When Bob wouldn't denounce Chad stream sniping, and when he said, I want all of Melton's wife's information, and when he was putting up on the screen, just like last week, strike Kevin's channel, report his channel. And Bob was like, that's okay. To me, at that point, I knew they were going to be done within a couple days, and even Andy jumped in. So I knew it was going to be over soon, and I'm glad because I was sick of it became uncomfortable to watch Kevin just badger him. I mean, it's funny for like 5 minutes, but then it was like, holy shit, let's let this go and move on. And I was surprised Kevin went so low today. Disappointed in the vibe. I hate when he mentions...
I never thought about what you said, but I think you're right. Like Bob played a specific purpose when Chad was on and became rendered a little more useless when he was off. And that's why people go, Bob never did anything on MLC. Bob never even did anything anyway. And it's like, yeah, I do think he was kind of castrated a little bit by Kevin on that show. Because he's way happier and more, more boisterous and stuff on BS. And that's even early in the morning.
Yeah, and every show started with, what Kevin am I getting today? And Kevin would badger him from the get-go. And I think at some point, Levy's like, I think he only stayed so long because he was making decent money. To me, if you're making a grand a day sitting at home, really doing almost nothing, that's decent money for anybody. I don't care, especially for Bob. He doesn't have to go do a show. He's making $1,000 a week to sit there for 2 hours and get yelled at. But at some point, he's like, this isn't worth it anymore. But I don't think Shuli's going to be the raging success that you think it is. And I
didn't say it was going to be a raging success. I said they're killing it. They are killing it. They're growing like crazy. They just are.
They're growing like. But is it as profitable What
I
do you
don't
think
know. I'm
Shuli's
just
making?
the channel's
Right.
growing and they're getting new fans, and that's all that really matters. And at the end of the day,
Yeah, I'll bet they stay around 1,000 for each show, and it's going to be the same 1,000, and they're not going to have enough super chats to like let it grow. But maybe you're right. But I'll bet Shuli's not even making $100,000 a year off of that network. In fact, I know he's not. I guarantee you, he's not making $100,000 a year off of that network.
all right.
And
Well, all right.
that's what
All
you
right.
need
It
to
doesn't
be
matter.
for.
It doesn't matter what any of us think. I can't sit here all day and listen to speculation. I'm telling you what's happening now. What's happening now is they're killing it.
Jenner, help. I fell off the fence and broke my knee, man. Truthfully, I've fallen and I can't get up. Know what I mean?
That looks like it's trying. It's,
Let me get this straight. I unblock you. You refuse to engage with me and accept my olive branch. And then you try to take credit for dismantling MLC when all along it was me. I've got this guy Bob on a fucking string. I call the shots. I make the moves. Bob say, listen to me.
Listen to me.
I do think Shuli is a little more to blame for this than you could imagine. But also, again, I do see Shuli's point where he said, I think last night on Ray's stream, it was a late night stream with Carlos Danger and Shuli, really, really late. That's why it was like 3 a.m. when Kevin was like, bitching me out over text. And it's like, Jesus Christ. This is where we're at. And by the way, I vote Pat Dixon. I do vote Pat Dixon, and not, and Shuli, and don't even be hard Shuli on him or anything like that. I'm not even saying like he should stop doing the Shuli Network, but I also think Kevin will probably make him. But let Pat Dixon go to MLC and don't have hard feelings about it. There doesn't need to be hard feelings. If he ever wants to come back and do a new show or a new concept, because in 4 months Kevin will kick him to the curb. But I think Pat Dixon might be good. Stevie was good on there today. I like when Stevie's confident and like doing his thing. I do worry for the time when Kevin turns. But he can't go, by the way, I have proof that I didn't orchestrate this or mean this maliciously or think this would ruin MLC or any of it. Sunday night, when I heard Kevin on his show talk about how fun the voice chats were, I texted Adam, and Adam and I exchanged some texts about getting the voice chats over onto Kevin's stream because he would love them. A, he wouldn't have to read the chats, and B, he was cracking up. He loved them. And I was talking with Adam about how we could get those going for Kevin. Helping the show. The future of the show. I was never not going to go on MLC again. I mean, that's where I thought we were at Sunday night. And then by Monday morning, I'm the devil and I caused the downfall of MLC and I'm a troll and pulling puppet strings. I never saw this coming at all. As a matter of fact, I was driving, listening to old shows, or like the BS show from the morning, talking about whether Bob would be on MLC that day or not, to the airport. And it wasn't until I got to the airport and got to my gate and checked in and had a couple of minutes and called Shuli that did I even get the info of what the fuck was going on. And of course, Shuli's like, we got to go. We're going to start a stream sniping. And it's like, that feels dumb. Maybe you don't just escalate this. I texted Bob, be chill, be calm. But no, it turned into your kids do this and your kids do that. And your whore wife and you're a bitch and your daughter. And it's just like, and I know everybody go like, Patrick goes after Joey C's dead daughter. That's not a person. That's not a thing that exists anymore. It's like going after the Georgia Guidestones. The what? They don't be anymore. Joey C's dead daughter is not upset that I'm going after her. And by the way, I don't, tag her mother and go, look at this, even though she goes after me all the time. They've turned again, I guess. You go after Joey C's dead daughter. That is not a person. That is not a human being. Sorry, facts are facts. It's not a thing that counts anymore. It's a social security number that's back in the hopper. So, I know that really hurts a lot of people, but these are facts. Facts.
This is a fucking Stern-style made-up fight they are pulling on that old crab. Shuli and Bob are low-life scammers and will use everything they can. Let them fight it out and we collect the spoils. Be the German Shepherd waiting, but be ready for war. Here's to my devil dogs, brothers. I'll hail Mr. P.
And look at this. We have, oh, hold on. We're back. KB pay Bob. Bob's pool party confirming it right here. Bob said it openly outside when we were smoking, was fun to meet and play some cards. This is what I'm saying. This wasn't a secret. This wasn't something that even meant anything. Kevin is blowing this up into, this was nothing. And you're going to burn several relationships over this. And again, I know Shuli's instigating it. I know Shuli loves it. I know Shuli loved to steal Bob. He can say he did it. He's relishing in it. He's sitting there going, yum, 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 eating it up. But I don't like that when it was real friends. I don't. I've told you before, it's one of the reasons I didn't really go after Red Bar. Like, we were we were real people in real life who knew each other. I thought we were friends. I didn't realize he was incapable of that. And I don't like people who were friends, and it's so quick, and it's so vicious, and it just goes, nothing means anything. 10 gifted memberships from Tiff. Thanks so much. By the way, there's 5 more squares on this wall that need to be turned over for the mural, and my OCD is going to need that done before the end of the month. Sorry, I'm going to need 500 from someone. Okay? Facts are facts. It might be a fun break to turn over some squares. Look, I'm just saying this. We can say why we're mad and we can say why we're doing stuff, but if we're not logically consistent, it doesn't make sense. If you'll never talk to Kevin or go back to Kevin because he talked about your family, what are you doing with Chad? If giving out a number is so egregious, why are you giving out numbers? And if you're trying to stop Chad from going after people's wives and families, Shuli, that's why you're having him on, to kind of calm him down and turn him around. Why are you cool when he goes after mine, Not that I give a fuck. Again, please rape her and leave her in the streets. See if I care. The point is, you're not, it's not logically consistent. So it's personal and you're trying to stop him from going after your family, or it's money. In which case, either one's fine, but don't pretend like it's something else. That's the problem I have. We're all trying to make money. Again, I'm asking for $500 to turn over 5 sheets of paper. Or I'm not going to pretend it isn't, though. But Bob's pool party confirms it. This was set out in the open to a bunch of fans because it was nothing. Bob didn't say I was feeding him info about the event. It was nothing. And by the way, I don't even know if Bob's mad at me. I have no idea. He was on the call with Shuli yesterday, but he didn't talk. I don't know. He probably couldn't talk, but he's probably they were probably in backstage before they stream sniped. But I'm not, again, if Bob would have told me not to tell that, or hey, just on the DL, Chad called me today fishing for info. It was none of that. It was nothing like that. Lenny stinks. It's Kevin. Just laugh it off and quit being a bitch. You think I'm being a bitch? Have you seen Kevin's last 48 hours? I'm here to explain, and I'm here to tell you what's going on. Again, I'm not mad at Kevin. I'm not even saying I'll never go on MLC again. I never said that. I never said any of that. Kevin's mad that I wasn't on today, And he's telling people that I canceled Mitched Out when we never set up today or anything. I didn't even plan on doing a show today. That's a fact. That's a fact. Hello.
It's Citizen.
Yeah. Citizen.
This is like crazy. What's going on?
Okay, we don't have time for your fucking horrible bit today. Jason Bentley, what did you do? What did you do? Where were you? Where were you, Borgo? Where were you, Chandler? You know, maybe if his big pay pigs were there, we wouldn't be in this situation. He was so upset. I got super chats, and me and Bob had fun, and Shuli's in his goddamn head, and Shuli's just basically like, it's like a leprosy sore on Kevin's arm, and Shuli's just digging his finger into it. Just, does that hurt? Does that hurt? Producer Joe, and they're all piling on. I don't, it's a nasty, gross world when ex-friends or whoever pretend, fucking hell. Philly Frank 5, Melton, my wife and I had a great time meeting you and talking with you in AC. Yeah, you and your wife were great, even though you bailed on us early. You had more important things to go do at Harrah's. But again, everybody had fun. Everybody came out. This was great. And Kevin goes, it wasn't fine. It wasn't great. Nobody had fun. These are what he texted me. It wasn't good. It's like, Jesus. I can't, there's enough real shit to yell about. No, I do yell about fake shit, but I heard it as soon as I caught myself. Can you confirm KB already owns all his t-shirts? I don't know. He bought some shirts. The store's out. If he tells me to take the store down, I'll take the store down. I don't do any of these things unilaterally. It's if he wants shirts available, there'll be shirts available. If he wants a Bye Bye Bob shirt, we'll put it in there. If Shuli wants a Bob Voyage shirt, we'll put it in there. I don't care. A shirt isn't real and it doesn't hurt people. It's a joke. Hear that, Ray? That's not real life. Making a shirt making fun of somebody, let's do it. Calling a guy who was your friend yesterday's wife a whore? What are you doing? The Cowardly Lion, we're doing it. We're having it. Thanks for joining Cuban Outlaw, Richard Peterson. Sketty Tooth, John 990. Oh, it's just Sketty Tooth now, not John. Admit it, Patrick. You are Kaiser Soze. Yeah, right. I don't even have a limp. Hold on. What did Kevin? Is this real Kevin? Or not? I can't. Why can't I view the user's channel anymore? So I don't know if this is real Kevin or not. Kevin, just call in. The phone number's pinned to the top. Just call in. If you want to tell me I'm a liar and confront me about it, I don't run. We'll take a call now. Hello.
Why are you lying?
Why are you lying?
Whoa.
Why are you lying?
Why are you lying?
Why are you lying?
You fucking sitter.
You sit around and vape. 323-825-4990. I can't view his channel anymore. Something's changed. It's not there anymore. KB Pay Melton. I know. Chow, you're not teaching me anything about YouTube. I know how to check. It's not there anymore. When you click it, it's not an option. I know how to do it. I do it all the time. Why is Chow here anyway? Chow's not allowed on our channel anymore. All of our things, Chow is gone. Get Chow's out of here. We're done with Chow's. Kevin kept saying, I own all my t-shirts. I hope he does. Take it like anybody care. Like, nobody's mad at Kevin. I'm not mad at Kevin. I'm not going to be a Kevin Turner. He's great. He's funny. He's just like Chad. He's in his own way a little bit. He's paranoid. This is nothing. This is all such a breakdown over nothing.
I like to yell at people and lie to cover up my own insecurity. My career never really took off because I can't work with anybody. But screw you if you say anything about that. I really like to yell for real. Way goo goo ga ga.
Can you please stop creating fights out of thin air with everyone I work with? Kevin, you don't like anyone. Why do you care so much who I talk to? Can't you for once pick a fight with someone that I have nothing to do with?
Bob, without you, I don't have content. I don't even know who to fight with. I never leave my house, so my only content is what the super chats tell me and the life of my co-host. That's also why nobody stays at MLC for long.
Yeah, just like, you know. Oh, no. Yeah, that's really, Kevin, you can call in. We'll take the call. If you're anonymous calling in, we're not calling because I know it's chow. we're out of the chow business. Again, you know, by the way, Kevin, great idea. He's gonna get like Hipstar on and like all these people. Stevie Lou wants to hook him up. You want to talk about going from like Mark Normand and Bill Burr to Chad and Melton to Hipstar and Chow and Joey C and Joey C's what? It's like, and by the way, maybe the money will go up. You know, whatever is. Whatever is. But you got to be real with yourself. You got to be, you know, there's nothing wrong. Why can't Kevin be killing it and Shuli be killing it? They're both killing it. They're both killing it. I told Kevin the other night, like, you're definitely making more money than Neil now. He is. Don't get me. I'm not saying Kevin has more money than Neil or a lifetime career-wise made more money than Neil. Of course not, probably with Chappelle's show and everything. But you think monthly now that Kevin's not making more than Neil? You know, Neil gets paid for a special. Neil gets some Chappelle residuals. I would think Kevin's probably crushing it. But everybody's doing well, and it's so insane to think otherwise. Come on. Thank you for ruining my favorite show, you jerk, said JG. I didn't ruin it. This is just a new iteration. Ask everybody. They'll tell you this is what MLC does. This is what it is. It's a constant cast of rotating clowns. Chow says Kevin is clearing 10 to 20K. And I do think that's true. Kevin's clearing 10 to 20K. And another Chow bites the dust. And another Chow gone. And another Chow gone. Another Chow bites dust. Hey, we're going to stop some Chows. Another Chow bites dust. American Cupcake. My favorite cupcake. Bob's Fake Pool. YouTube's 21st is last month. KBO's Bob 6K for 6 weeks. Woo. Kevin Brennan says, stop lying. Stop lying. I know you're lying. I don't know what I'm lying about. Again, the number's 323-825-4990. 323-425-8990. Feel free to call in. Feel free to tell everyone what I'm lying about. This is an open show. If Shuli has something to say, if Bob has something to say, if I'm wrong about something, if I'm getting something mixed up, which is very possible, there's so many moving parts. And again, I was late on all this. I know you thought I was the one pulling the strings, but no, I was the one untied at the end. So I'd love to know what I'm lying about. I'm not running and hiding from anything. 323-825-4990. You just can't call in anonymous. Don't block your number. Or you can keep calling anonymous. You know, see how it works, I guess. Waste your time. Citizen M, that wasn't me. There's only one person that can verify if Levy really has a hernia. I will gladly check orally. Steel Toe hates the Jews. I do think there's some truth to that. There was some anti-Semitic stuff going down. Hello. Oh boy, another one. Hello.
Yo, Patrick.
Yep.
I got a question for you. What did you think about Kevin docking Bob $1,000 for the Stuttering John interview?
I mean, where have you been? We've already covered this. Stay tuned.
Oh, so
fucking hell. We don't know that. We don't know. I don't know. Kevin says that like he never got paid the same amount every. We don't know the details. I'm not gonna get into bullshit like that. Of course, if Kevin withheld money, of course that's awful. It's stupid and petty. And by the way, sounds like stuff. I mean, he threatens that kind of stuff all the time. Like I'll have Chad on and then I won't pay him. Chad, it'll be at work. We've heard this. Once you're not Kevin's friend, he'll call Ken Mosca and his Guma and his wife. It's just like, it's such insane, childish shit. Like, tell me you're fucking insecure without telling me you're insecure. And by the way, again, do it. Go after my wife if that's what you got to do to, like, show your coolness. Like, fuck. Cool, dog. This is gay. Shuli's got his foot on the gas. I don't agree with it. I don't like it. Bob's going along with it. I don't agree with it. I don't like it. And Kevin is making up shit out of nowhere, and I don't like it, and I don't go along with it. That's a fact.
Listen, Melton, you see, because of the fact, truthfully, understand, Kevin cheated me to pay John, and Gina had to pay the water bill. We filled a pool, so she has a bag of ice on her lap now. How was I supposed to know so many men worked for the water company?
Shuli can't help that he is a Jew. And I'm not joking. Jew Shuli, the dirty Jew. Shuli. Chad called Bob. Don't you understand? Shuli, Jew, Shuli. My wife is going to leave me. The Jews did this. 9/11 Jews. Shuli Jews. Special order for my 35 fans. You know what to do. Shuli.
Jesus.
I like Kevin. He's a nice guy. Kevin is nice. I like Shuli. He's a nice guy. Shuli is nice. Chad won't hold a door for a lady, though. I'll rip that fat fuck's throat out. Bob is a nice guy. I like Bob. Bob is nice.
Aaron does not make me come. I'm not joking. That is not a joke. I point at my bean and fat tits, just does his stupid smile, and tells me that the female orgasm is a Jew myth. He touched me on air last week. I almost vomited. Bitch Brennan crying over phone calls. I can't come.
Hello. Caller.
Hey, Melton.
Yeah.
Hey, just one thing, man. I think Kevin went too far with the IRS today. I don't like that snitching like that. I'm a KB fan, but I think that was over the line. That's just my take, man.
Yeah, I mean, but I think that's how this is with all these guys. The minute they get hurt, anything's on the table. Doxing.
Exactly.
But yeah, they act like it's a big deal if somebody doxes them. It's like, how dare you? But it's like, you're all doing it to each other. Gina was going off calling Chad's mother names and stuff, and Bob has called people's wives and like, it's just like, you're all doing it. You're all doing it.
Yep.
And again, people are like, well, you're making fun of a dead kid. It's like, again, that's not a person. Like, I'm sorry. And Joey C and his wife don't have to watch this and get hurt. Tune it out.
Yeah, it's too much, man. It's too much. Thank you, man. I got to go. Good talking to you.
You too. Oh, God. Just get it together. Justin Campbell, member for 4 months. David Chandler, $100. Wrong again, Melton. Can't blame this on me. I couldn't make AC because of a family emergency, but I'm still perched on this fence, and they all know it. I just can't believe you do something like that. Tisk, tisk. Number 3. All right, we're turning over square number 3. We could use a great break. Let's do it. Oh no, 3's taken. 2 or 4. 2 or 4. 3's already turned. 2 or 4. Chandler, 2 or 4. We've lost it. 2 or 4. Oh no. We tried to keep it base 3, but we've done most of the base 3s except for I guess. No, we're base 3-less. 4, he said. Okay, sorry. We did it. Oh, shit. No, I do think Chandler is a little bit to blame. MLC is officially as fucked up as a soup sandwich. Couldn't get them to reunite with Kumia just once. Now Bob's gone for now. Yeah, again, everything's a fucking work. Everything's temporary. Kevin doesn't hold grudges. And Ray makes a great point. Ray.
My daddies are fighting. Don't forget about me, Melton. Now I have to drink even more clear wine.
You're all acting like children. Am I the only grown up?
Like, fucking Ray is pacing in his room talking to himself over anxiety that's to come from this. And, I think, I don't know who pays Ray more money, but Ray needs money. Ray needs what he gets paid. And I can imagine Kevin putting him in a spot where he's like, you got to pick me or Shuli. And then, by the way, they'll throw Ray away when they're done with him. Hello.
Hey, this is Arizona Mesa Tom.
What's up?
Just checking on technical difficulties. Is it just Phoenix that went out?
Excuse me?
Oh, you're still on. Okay. Sorry about that. I think they're all acting like piazzas.
I agree.
Go, Patrick.
Thank you. I'll be a fence sitter. I don't care. It's one thing when it's like Chad and like 9 things lead up to being like, all right, well, fuck off. But it's like, this is showing me what these guys do in the worst situation. This is showing me how they react in the worst situation. It's showing me how they treat people they called friends. It's showing me how they handle disagreements and business fallouts and all kinds of stuff. And I got to be clear. I don't think I want to be involved in any of these people. I really don't. I like, this is making me see what they do when things go bad, and I don't want a part of that. Hello.
What's up, Melody? How you doing, bro?
All right.
Hey, I don't think KB could be any more transparent in how he's doing all this. I mean, the last few months, the viewers have been going down, the super chats have been going down, and he's cutting ties with everybody he was paying anything more than Burger King coupons. And he's grooming Stevie Loser and Raybot, to come in and work for peanuts, so his money stays the same.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense why he cut me. As you guys know, Kevin's never paid me a dime for being on the show.
I thought you guys, well, I'm kind of in and out, but I thought he was paying you every week.
Nope.
Oh, well, shit. Well, there goes that.
He let it slip. This was our deal that I would get all the money from the merch store. And he said, I won't tell anybody that. I'll promote it like it's your store. And you'll keep the money from that, and that'll be your payment. Now, for a time, that was a good deal.
That seems a little bit odd that he would give up full value on selling basically his name and his trademark.
He didn't want to.
When does that end?
He didn't want to deal with it. He didn't want. Well, I'll shut it down if he wants me to shut it down. I'm not going to do it because then he'll go, Melton, shut down my merch store. So same deal with Chad. When he says Melton better shut down my merch store, I'll shut it down. Or if he wants his share of it, now that I'm not on anymore, well, we can forward the money to him and pay him out for his merch. I'm not bitter. I'm not upset. Like, I like to make money, and if he wants to have merch and have a store and make money off it, he can do that with me. Or he can start a new one, Drunk on Cringe. We'll set it up.
You'll probably be back on in 2 weeks since he's not paying you shit.
I mean, it just, and it was great for a while. Don't get me wrong. I got paid fine. I made enough money off it where it's worth my while. If it wasn't, I would have gone to him and be like, this isn't working.
I mean, over the last year, all these puzzle pieces just keeps getting shuffled around. Like this person works with this person hates this person. 3 months later, they're cool. It's just this weird orbit where nothing's ever permanent and no one ever means anything they say.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, we got to keep going, man. Thank you. Can't be. I'm waiting for Kevin to call. You call me a liar, but you won't back it up. Again, what's the lie? MLC is officially as fucked up as we already did that one. Shuli didn't need to push. KB drove Bob away. Yeah, I mean, he didn't need to. That's my point. It's like with Chad. Chad can be like, Melton's doing this, Melton's doing that. It's like, Melton's not doing anything. I don't mention Chad. I don't talk to Chad. I don't tag Chad. I mentioned, sorry, I don't talk to Chad. Everything Chad sees about me or comments on, he's watching. He's a fan of me. I was telling Flimsy this weekend. Honestly, I haven't watched Chad aside from the clips we've watched on the show in months. Like, I don't need to watch a man put his head in his hands. And by the way, today he showed what he has, which is nothing. Brian Johnson incident showed Bob didn't like KB constantly attacking Shuli. And KB showed his Shuli hate, paying Stuttering John to go and going on Chad's show. Yeah, it's all very transparent. Dr. Chow, we will take your super chats anytime to keep it base 3. Deadful 99.99. To keep it base 3, I'll take 1/3 of 6. All right, we're doing it. And then he'll go like, Melton dances for Chandler. It's like, bitch, we're all dancing for Chandler. Again, I think this is the most evil motherfucker in the world. You can look at it two ways. You can go, wow, he supports all these shows. You can go, wow, he's getting into the minds of the people who do care about what others make. I care about what I make. When Chandler gives me $200, I go, wow, holy shit. One guy gave me $200. These are the Vaping Dagos and the Razor-Cons and the Tiffs. I'm going to forget somebody now that I started listing people. But, a lot of people have given a lot of money. And when you don't look at it as like, oh, wow, they're supporting my show. This is awesome. When you look at it as like, but Borgo gave money to Chad. It's like, first of all, I don't know what Chandler does. Suck off billionaires. I don't know where he gets all this money, but it's like, he don't seem to be worried about it. Any guy that can just donk off thousands a day to podcasts, he's like, ain't worried about dollars. And it's not a finite amount of fucking dollars. And by the way, even the fucking idiots will drain themselves dry. Little Mir probably is broke now. You literally squeezed every fucking drop out of this. So don't pretend that you don't suck off Deadpool. Did you hear it today? You're going like, Chandler's awesome. You don't shit on Chandler. Chandler gets money. He's awesome. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Every day's Halloween. I got a sack and he got the candy and it's full size Snickers, daddy. Got him. Confirmed. We're all, I mean, who's sitting around pretending they don't like money? The fuck is wrong? What is? We all like dollars. We all like money. That's what we're doing, is dancing for money. You're going live for money. I sell merch for money. Why don't you head over to the store? It is what we're doing. We're doing money things. We're buying money rings. Hello, you're on the pod program. Hello? Why don't you pretend like you want to be on here if you call? Okay? There's no reason to fucking bail like that. It's embarrassing.
By the way, Melton, I start as the new MLC co-host next week, by the way.
It's true, Patrick. I couldn't find anyone else who wanted to work with me, and Jake is a comedic genius.
By the way, Kevin, people say my finger looks weird. Can you suck on it, Kevin, by the way?
Jesus. Dude, you're so lucky for the Dabbleverse bump. Before this, you had less than 100 viewers. Even Red Bar said some semi-private things about you. What a transformation, huh? Yes, that is true. On YouTube, our growth has been extraordinary from the Dabbleverse bump. And we only have Chad Zumach to thank for it. I backdoored my way into this Dabbleverse. And you thought Ray was the only person who brought women into the Dabbleverse. Huh? Nathan Bickle. Is it Travis Bickle's son? But we saw those pictures of you, dude, from the side. Ooh, that is not going well. I mean, I'm an enormous fat man. These are not, again, what is. I'm a very fat man. If you have any more comments about my weight, feel free to super chat them in. Feel free. It's going to hurt. I'll stomach my way through it. See what I did there? Some fucking slick shit. Ghost of Mr. P. And by the way, Flavorino is wearing a Ghost of Mr. P t-shirt at the event. So even though the Ghost of Mr. P had to bail like all the other super chatting liars, in a way, the Ghost of Mr. P was there. Sir, I've been a loyal NLO, yet no name. Are you a KB? I don't even know what that means. Sir, I've been a loyal NLO. What has happened? We have rules to get on the wall, Ghost of Mr. P, okay? You're asking for a lot for $199, okay? We don't need that kind of shit.
Kevin underpaid me. Kevin isn't funny. I'm stream sniping. I'm going to attack Kevin's wife. I am dangerous. Oh, shit, I'm a retarded hack. I do all the things Chad did. Shuli is my boss. Ga, ya, ya.
Yeah, it is rough. Addicted to ubiquity. I heard Patrick is on Ozempic. Millions of people are on Ozempic. You know? What's your point? So what? I take a little Ozempic here and there. Is that such a big... I pay for it out of pocket because I don't have health insurance. You know? Hollow Shine. My girlfriend wears her NLO shirt when we bang. Pat's killing it. I don't know. Let me see a pic of that girlfriend. Is it as hot as Drunk on Cringe's chicks? Because that's fucking fire hot. You know what I mean? Some swarthy ass. This is MLC at its greatest. Time to finally break up with the Shuli Network, says the Bright Network. The Bright Network. Yeah, I look, I do the Shuli Network's merch shop and I'll manage that, and it is what it is. And I've worked with producer Joe. I like everyone's been nice to me. And even when we have disagreements, those guys have never lashed out and said, fuck you, or called me a dick, but I'm not happy with it and I don't like it. And I think the ramped up aggression is disgusting and uncalled for and gross. And Kevin's the one acting like an irrational, paranoid baby, and everyone else doesn't need to react, and everyone else doesn't need to pile on or stream snipe. And I know that they're just doing it to get to him, and it will work. I mean, he's losing his fucking mind. But Kevin is also reacting poorly and blaming everybody who's, again, I approve. Talk to Adam. Ask Adam if I wasn't texting with him about the future of the show and trying to help add things. So that's where I thought we were Sunday night. So Melton didn't sabotage shit, and Melton wasn't trying to bring down shit. That's crazy. For what? What does that get me? I had fun doing the show with Bob and Kevin, but I know if you want me to come on and just pile on to Bob, I'm not gonna, because Bob was way more human and way more of a friend to me than Kevin. Kevin has never talked to me or answered a text or anything like that unless he wanted something. That's just true. I mean, aside from me telling him the coupon code, basic shit like that, but it's all weekend long when I text Kevin, there was no getting back to Melton, but when he needed info, he would ask right up, So it's Don't do this thing where like Melton didn't want to be my friend. It's like, we ain't friends. We weren't. You never treated me like a friend. If I would have, you get mad if anybody, if Ray texts you about something personal, but I never had it twisted. I said that from the beginning. We're not friends. Kevin will turn and we'll all move on. And it is fine. It is okay. I still love Kevin. Will be watching. Will be a fan. I really hope Chad and Bob go back on there. Again, that is my favorite iteration of the program. DK, this has been fascinating. D-list reality stars flexing in scorched earth. Melton, how annoying was Ray, that podcast? High schoolers drunk on Sims and Mexican weed had their shit together more than him. Can't eat and drink at the same time. Yeah, Ray did say he couldn't eat and drink at the same time. Kevin is not a friend type. You're right. I mean, that is the vibe. Leave me alone. This isn't real. I'm not your boy. And that's fine. Again, that's his genius and that's his curse. That is the world he wants to play in. And it's what makes him great. It's what makes him funny. It's what makes him listenable. You can hear how serious he is about everything and also how much he doesn't care about everything. We'll say something like, Melton's disgusting. He was making fun of Joey C's dead daughter and addicted to profits magnets. It's like, are you upset about magnets? No! This is so dumb. It sounded for a minute like you really had a point to make when you started going off on the dead daughter, but then it just went over to magnets. It's like, this could all be about money. Maybe this is all about money for Kevin. I really don't know, but he does obsess over it. You're blind if you don't see that he obsesses over it. Uh-oh, a New York phone call. Here we go. I think we got him. Hello.
You gonna hang up on me?
No. What's up?
So I like how you make the rules of like what behavior is, because their daughter is dead. She's not a person. She still was a person to them.
Oh, so I just gotta run everything by them?
No, but it's like your logic of like I'm irrational, but you're shitting on someone's dead daughter. You think that doesn't affect them? I don't give a shit about them, but the reality is, if somebody has a dead daughter, it's gonna affect them when you make jokes about it, whether or not she's here or not.
Yeah, but I don't tell them to watch it. I don't tag them. I don't torment them. I don't.
The point is, you're acting like you have all this wisdom about like what's logical and human behavior, and it's like she doesn't exist. So the rule is, if someone doesn't exist, other people don't have feelings about that person. It's fucking insane.
Well, the rule for me is I don't interfere with anybody's life.
Okay, I don't want to belabor the point. It's just like I listen to you go, Kevin's crazy, but I'm not, because she doesn't exist. Their dead daughter doesn't exist anymore, so she's not affected. She's not affected, but the people that are alive are still affected. That's why when you go to a funeral,
Kevin, but that's their choice. I don't do anything to them.
People are crying at a funeral because someone died that they love, so they're affected by that. So if somebody keeps talking about it, they get upset.
Kevin, I don't use her name, and I don't do anything to Joey C and his wife come watch it.
I'm just making a point.
You're not, though.
You act like you have all this wisdom.
Yeah, because I don't bug anyone. I don't bug anyone.
Behave.
You're saying you're going to turn in Bob and you're fucking with Bob. I don't do any of that to anybody ever. I don't go to Joey C and bug him about his daughter. I don't go to Joey C's wife and bug her about her daughter. I don't tag them or talk to them at all. They come find it and get upset, and that's why it's funny.
Okay, that's what you think, but
yes.
But I look at it like it's weird and inappropriate.
Okay,
so,
we will agree to disagree, but that has nothing. First of all, why even bring that
so
up?
We
That
could
has
say
nothing
that about everything. We could say that about everything.
Yeah, but why bring that up over this? This isn't what this was about. You're changing the argument.
No, because I was just listening to your show, and you're like, Kevin's crazy. He's so irrational, and I'm rational. But I make fun of someone's dead daughter, but that's okay because she's not around, because I make up the rules, because it's NOL world.
I'm
NLO
consistent.
World,
I'm consistent and you aren't. You say it's giving out your number, which Shuli didn't even do. Calta did, but that's why you were upset with Shuli, and then you can give out 9 numbers.
Shuli acts like he's innocent of everything.
I'm just
like
talking about consistency. Consistency.
Are you gonna let me talk? You want me to hang
sorry.
up?
Sorry, go ahead.
So Shuli acts like he's innocent of everything. Like, oh my God, I can't believe Kevin got mad at Bob, even though they've been trying to do this for fucking months now. So now I'm supposed to go, yeah, Bob's gonna make a relationship work with Chad, and I'm supposed to be like, that makes sense. Adam was calmly explaining to Bob last week that that's going to be a problem here. And then Bob talked to me the next day about, on the phone, basically crying because his wife flipped at him on last Wednesday night. And he's like, it got bad here last night. And, people are trolling my wife and Chad fans. And I'm like, yeah, stay away from Chad. And then 2 days later, me and Chad had a nice phone call. Good. Have at it, man. Have at it. Like, you think I'm going to sit there with a guy I have no respect for at this point and do 6 days a week and just be like, yeah, Bob's an idiot. Bob's dumb. Everybody knows Bob's dumb, and he gets played by literally everybody, whether it's the pool guy or now the solar guy. I don't know if that's a work or if that's another great work, or Shuli plays him, and then Bob was always like, oh, you're not playing me, are you? And then he gets mad when he finds out people are playing him. It's just, it's fucking pathetic. But I'm supposed to sit there like, Melton thinks it's the best iteration of the show, me, Chad, and Bob. So let's all sit together because this is what Melton wants, because that's the most important thing. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah,
it's stupid. I'm supposed to keep paying Bob, even though he's barely not even there. I mean, most of the time he's yawning, but I'm supposed to be paying him basically what Shuli pays him, even though he does 9 shows a day there. But because literally, I don't know if you saw this episode, Stuttering John asked Bob, who paid him more, me or Shuli? This is like a week ago. And Bob's like, they pay about the same. So I should keep paying Bob, even though he's a disloyal prick and he does way more shows at the Shuli Network, but I'm supposed to pay him the same as Shuli does, even though he's playing footsie with Chad to gain nothing. I mean, it's pathetic. But you're like, I'm overreacting. Right. It's been building up for 4 months. And now that I'm actually doing, I actually said, enough's enough. Everyone's like, oh my God, Kevin overreacted. I've been underreacting for months.
Well, there's a lot. But
hang up on me. You're a tough guy. Hang up on me.
I'm not hanging up. I want to straighten it out. I just think
ridiculous, man. It's so ridiculous.
I think you're going like it's been building for months and he's not loyal, but you're making that up in your head. You made up this fight with Shuli, and then you called Bob disloyal.
I didn't make up.
Can I rebut? Can I rebut? No.
Okay. Shuli, going back to Potsdam, where Shuli called me anti-Semitic, he would let Brian Johnson on. He's been playing this. I got to get Bob away from MLC because we're gonna make all the money then. And like I've been patient with it, and I've been like tweaking Bob or poking Bob with it, but it gets to a point where it's like Shuli acts like he's innocent. Like, oh, why is Kevin reacting? I mean, Shuli's an idiot, but he's not as stupid as Bob.
I know Shuli's not innocent. I know Shuli's not innocent. I know he's stoking the fire. I know he's just fucking with you. I know all that. I know Bob's gonna get fucked by Chad again. I agree with you on all this stuff. Shuli is not innocent. Shuli knows what he's doing. He's putting the pedal down. He's fucking with you. He's trying to fuck you over. 100% I agree with that. I also agree that Chad is an idiot. I don't know what they're doing with Chad. It makes no logical sense. I agree. We agree on all that.
They've been using.
Of course.
They've been trying to get Chad over there. They tried to get him over there immediately, but then Chad got drunk, shit on Bob's family. So then they had to wait a couple of months. But they've been trying to get Chad over there forever to fuck with me because they're like, Chad's comedy gold. The thing is, what they don't get is they think they'll just bring Chad over and then he's gonna help their numbers and everyone's gonna go like what happened to my show. That's not gonna happen. Chad's a loser. I knew how to play Chad because I had already done a show with him before, so I knew Chad, any of Chad's strengths. I knew what they were, and I knew all his weaknesses. But they're like, oh, we'll just bring Chad over. and he's going to turn this into a gold mine over here. It's it's not going to happen. It could,
I know, but
I bet against it.
At the same time, if you could get Chad on MLC now to fuck Shuli over, you would. You talked about that yesterday.
No, I said Chad would come over in a sec. If I was paying,
of course,
Chad, I was paying Levy. Chad would come over in a second.
I know, but now that Chad is going with Levy, you would take Chad back to fuck Levy over. This is what I mean. You guys keep fucking with each other.
Not after today, would it? Not after today, would it?
But I agree with you on all the Chad stuff.
Bob showed his true colors today and yesterday. He showed his true colors.
Why is he saying you're not paying him? What's this about?
First of all, it's so comical. Bob's a loser. I have all the documentation. Bob plays in this game of, this is what happened, and I have all the documentation. If Bob wants to say, first of all, we never had a contract. I basically paid him what was fair. All he ever did was thank me. His wife would thank me, but now it's like, Kevin didn't pay me. I made a fortune in May, and I made less in June. That's a fact. I have documentation to back it up. I made the money I made in May. I was like, wow. Considering how much they're basically taking 40% between Apple and YouTube, they basically take 40%. I was even more impressed. Once I found that out when you brought that up on the show, and then me and Adam figured out they're actually taking 40%, I was even more impressed with myself. I'm like, wow, I really killed it in May. And so I made less in June, but that was just going to happen because I just absolutely destroyed it in May. So I should keep paying Bob the same amount, even though I made less in June than I did in May. That's how it worked. Even though we didn't have a contract, even though I'm paying him more than Shuli, and he does way more shows on the Shuli Network. But you're right, Bob. But now Bob's saying I owe him money.
So you're saying, hold on, let me just make sure I got it clear. So what you're saying is you considered it like a cost of the show to like get Stuttering John on, so that came out of the bottom line, and then you paid Bob out of the bottom line.
It had nothing to do with Stuttering John. It had nothing to do with Stuttering John.
Why is he saying that you said that you paid Stuttering John so you made less?
No, I made less. I mean, I have documentation to prove I made less in June than I did in May.
But he said that you told him you took 1,000 out for Stuttering John.
No, I didn't take 1,000 out. I said I texted him. I'll read the text. I know. Go ahead and hang up on me. You're a tough guy.
I'm not hanging up. What the fuck?
You're a tough guy. Come on. I'm
See,
sorry
why are you trying to start shit?
I'm sorry I didn't answer your text promptly.
I was fucking with you. I was gonna answer you. I was just fucking with you, but don't act like I came home and was like, you don't want to be my friend now. Like, I never said that. You project, man. You are insecure and you project.
Saturday, July 15th, Bob said, don't know if you sent me money earlier in this month, but it didn't go to her account, his wife's account. Don't know if it fucked up, buddy. So I said, let me see what I said. I didn't send any money this month because I made less money last month because I did fewer shows and I paid Stuttering
Pay me,
John.
Kevin. You think these hernias fix themselves? I'll be back after the mend. You got my Venmo, motherfucker. Have a hot dog, you nutsack neck, having
I
fuck,
can't
Jesus.
control it. They paid. They come through. I didn't do it.
All right, so I responded. I didn't send any money this month because I made less money last month because I did fewer shows, and for June, and then I paid Stuttering John. I'll send you money after YouTube pays me on July 21st. He said, okay, it's all cool, buddy. So he didn't have a problem then. And the fact of the matter was, I just brought up the Stuttering John thing because that's something a dumb guy like Bob would understand. And Bob never had the balls to ask me, like, I actually had a discussion with Bob last week, and I explained to him, like, how much I made in May, how much I made in June. I was explaining to him, like, because Bob never had the balls to ask. He never has the balls to ask Shuli, what are you making? Because I asked Bob, what is, he goes, I don't even know. So it's all. So I just put the Stuttering John in because I figured that's something Bob can understand. The Stuttering John thing cost me nothing. I paid $3,000. Somebody that you know well picked up half of it. and then we got 2,300 in super chats. So we basically took a net loss of each about $700 or $800. But I explained it to Bob because I figured Bob would understand, and also it was a cost that I incurred that I normally don't, but it was really insignificant because I pay Adam, I pay Bob, I pay guests. So, like I said, I paid Ray probably more than 1 month. I think it was May, maybe June. I paid Ray $1,200. That's more than it cost me to do Stuttering John. But I'm not going to explain to Bob. Again, Bob never asked me for the numbers, but now he's playing the game. Bob's, they're losers. They're losers because Bob's a coward, and so now he's acting like, well, Kevin did this and Kevin did that, and it's like, all right, Bob. I mean, but Bob, first of all, I never had a contract, and he never complained about money, but now he's complaining because he's a bitch. He's a bitch, and also I have all the documentation to show how much I made. So if he wants to go like, I mean, take me to court, you fucking loser. Take me to court, you fucking loser. I'm supposed to pay. I'm supposed to at the best month, I'm supposed to keep paying him that amount, even though the money went down. There's no guarantee how much money we're going to be making through YouTube or through Super Chat. But May was spectacular. June was still good, but it wasn't spectacular. But I'm supposed to still keep paying at the spectacular rate. I mean, it's fucking, even an idiot like you understands that, right?
Yeah, I understand. The super chats are down, so you'll make less. I do
They're
get
not
that.
down. They're not as high as they were. Now, if you want me to show you how much I made in May, I'll show you, and you'll be like, wow, that's extraordinary.
If they're not as high as they were, they're down.
Okay, but you're saying it like they're down, like, oh, that's
Kevin, you're
they're
fucking
down.
projecting. This is like when I said to 35 people, you're taking it and your insecurity is fucking turning it around and making it like an insult.
I know how your fucking pathetic fans
No, you're doing that. You're doing it.
No, how about say they weren't as high as they were. June wasn't as high as May, but May was spectacular. It's just like after Wilt scored 100 points, it's like, oh, his numbers went down the next game. Did they? They went down from 100 points in the game? Oh, Will, hang your head.
I didn't say it was bad.
No, you said they were down. So super chats are
down from where they were, so he made less. We're saying the same fucking thing, but you're turning it into an insult. You're turning it into an insult.
Because you always twist everything. That's the same thing.
I didn't.
Super chats are down. The numbers are down. Are they
You're
down
a
from
fucking
May?
baby.
Yes. Are they down from May? Yes. Show me a month.
So we're saying the same thing, but you're being a baby.
Show me a month anyone's ever had the Shuli Network car. In May, I probably made all you motherfuckers combined.
No one is saying you didn't. No one's saying you didn't. This is like Chad bragging about an apartment.
They're down. The take from from my phone call is like his numbers are down.
Yeah, but they are. They were higher in May. I'm not mad, and I'm not twisting it, and I'm not judging. I'm sure.
I know what you do.
No, they're not, Kevin. I'm not. You make more than all of us combined, even if they're down. It's not a twist. You don't watch if you think that's what I do. I'm not saying anything different than you. You're killing it. I've said that a million times. You're taking your insecurity and twisting my words.
It's not about that. These are facts.
It is.
May was extraordinary, and then the summer hit, and my numbers are down. But the May numbers were beyond belief. So, like, that's.
Can you imagine this?
Surely, show numbers.
I don't even know what's happening.
No, so basically, I know how the fans are going to twist it. Like, so basically, that's why I kept saying to Shuli, like, if you guys are killing it, just show me what you're making, because they were going to give me gifted membership. Bob was like, Kevin, you're leaving money on the table. I'm like,
why do they have to show you? Why do they have to show you shit?
Finally, I called him, Bob, and I said, Bob, I'm not leaving money on the table. because I'm not doing gifted memberships. Bob, you don't even know what you're fucking talking about. You don't know what I'm making. You don't have the fucking balls to ask me. You go with this narrative that we're doing gifted memberships, so we're killing it. Okay. So finally, I explained to him, Bob, you're an idiot, and I'm probably not leaving money on the table, Bob. But now I owe Bob $1,000. That's a hoot. Okay.
Yeah, I just want to. I hear what you're saying, and it makes sense. I'm agreeing with you. I'm being logical. No one's cutting you off. We're trying to find out what's going on. You're being like you're reacting.
No,
crazy.
I know. I have mental problems. I get it.
We all do. We all do.
Right, I know.
But like you tell people that I bitched out on today. I never signed up for today. Like you
yeah, but you're a slippery dude, and the fact that we.
Kevin, you're paranoid. You're paranoid, man, and you're insecure.
No, listen, man. The fact that Bob texted you twice. We play poker for 5 hours each night, and it's like they act like I didn't really see Kevin. We were together hour upon hour. So
you sound like Chad talking about buying hats.
No, it's totally not true. You think I don't feel more of a kinship with movie star fingernails and Lindsey Greenberg because I spent 2 nights together with them? Like you're insane. You act like Kevin.
Yeah, but Kevin, they behaved like humans. That you didn't. You didn't talk to us like people. You just shat on us the whole time.
No, but we were together having laughs.
Yeah, we had a great time Friday night.
So I'm supposed to think like I didn't text Melton properly. So
no, but you did that. You did it Friday and Saturday. When you had questions, you texted. When I asked questions, you didn't get back to me for hours and days. Like you don't care. You don't care. It is true. I'll post the text.
Like I told you, Saturday night, I really didn't want to do I'm being honest. I'm not trying to spin it. Saturday night, I really didn't want to do the podcast. I was tired. I was hungry. I just had it. So I went up to your room, and I actually genuinely had a good time.
I know.
So then when the next day, when you're like, "Are you playing today?" and I'm like, I had to go pick up my family. So I didn't want to get caught up in like, "Come on, come down, come." So
I wouldn't have. You're an adult. You could say to me, "No, I can't. I got some shit to do." Or by the way, you could text me later that day going like, "Had to leave early, but it was great meeting you and hanging out." You didn't. You didn't text me for days until 2 days later when you needed a guest, and you were like, "Will you do my show tomorrow?"
I texted you later than I texted you Sunday night, which was I texted you Monday night or Sunday night.
Over 48 hours.
I knew Monday night you were traveling. I don't know. I texted you Monday night.
When you needed
I knew you were traveling Monday, and then Sunday I think I texted you
when you needed something. You didn't text me Sunday.
Well, Sunday I was pissed, and I was doing
and
my
you didn't
show,
text me Monday, but you went on your show Monday and told everybody I'd be on Tuesday.
I texted you Monday.
Yeah, Monday night to ask me if I'd be on your show. 8 hours after you told everybody else that I was bitching out.
Okay, I thought we were friends because we played poker for 5 hours both nights. So I was wrong. I was wrong. I apologize.
It's not that, Kevin. It's just like the vibe you put out is that you don't want any sort of like real interpersonal thing. So when you say Melton, no, you told people Melton went home and was too good to be your friend. That's what you told people.
No, but the reason I like to play poker is because we're not sitting around singing songs together, but there's still camaraderie at the table. So I don't think I need to be like, well, I texted Melton. I understand when Bob does that because Bob didn't really spend that much time with you, but like we spent hour after hour after hour together. So I wasn't thinking like, oh, Melton's like, I thought we were friends. I literally thought we were friends when you left. I'm like, I said on my show yesterday, Melton's funny. Like Melton's funny.
Oh, that means we're friends.
Funny. No, I sat there.
The minute I didn't do what you wanted, you called me a dick and said, "Fuck you." That's not what fucking friends do. And that's my whole beef with all of you. Shuli and you and Bob said you were fucking friends. And a day goes by and you say the worst shit you can say about each other. And it's fucking disgusting. And you don't have real friends if you act like that. It's shit. It's shit.
Okay, also, we played poker twice, 2 nights in a row. Then I did your podcast. And it's like, I'm like, and I didn't, you're mad because I didn't text you. I'm like, Wait,
Nobody's mad. No, I didn't expect you to text me. Nobody was mad. I didn't complain. I didn't go, you didn't text me. If you would have never texted me again, I wouldn't have brought it up.
All right. I thought we were doing your show on Tuesday. So I'm all wrong. I'm 100% wrong. I should have texted you, like, had a good time meeting you. I hung out with you like at least 12 hours, but that wasn't enough. So I apologize. I know I'm projecting out my insecurity and all the other shit you say about me. So go ahead.
It's just.
No, it's depressing, man. It's depressing. That,
you tell all these people they're not your friend. You know that you don't consider these people friends.
Who? Lindsey Greenberg?
Me or Chad or Joey. We're not friends. We're just squares on your show, and it's fine. I'm not upset about it. I get the deal. It's time for the next iteration. Bring in the news. I get it.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's like I said, I didn't really see Bob over the weekend, and I thought Bob was acting weird when I did see him. But I felt like me and Melton hung out a lot. I did his show. His show's funny. I wasn't in the mood to laugh. I still laughed, so I gave you props. I'm like, Melton's show is funny. The AI super chats or whatever the fuck they're called, they were killing me. So it's like, you have a good show. I admire you.
Then don't go and say that I'm shit and that I planned this and I tried to break you up. Because again, I was texting Adam Sunday night saying we'll get Adam, we'll get Kevin the AI voice chats. I was planning for the future of your show. I was trying to help him set it up. I don't sabotage shit, and you turned on me immediately when you didn't get what you fucking wanted. You did do that to me. I know you had fun on my show. I was there. I know I'm good at it. I know I'm funny. I didn't ask. If you don't want to come up and do a show, you're an adult. Say no. Don't put that on me like you drugged me to do your show and you were going to drag me to play poker. You're fucking 63.
You said like 7 times. You said like 7 times. Come on, just do it.
Yeah, because you do want to do it and you had fun. I know you.
No, I didn't really want to do it, but you convinced me to do it. I did it, and then I had a good time. So I'm like, I was surprised that I had a good time since I didn't want to do it. So then, and like, listen, you were tweeting on your flight that, you know, joking like, oh, did I start this between Bob and Kevin, and like laughing. So it's like, listen, what I said.
It's called a meme, Kevin. I didn't say that I did it. You said that I did it, and I was laughing about how wrong you were.
I'll say one more thing, and then I'll hang up. But the point is, it's like, you told me that Bob and Chad spoke. I was never going to know that otherwise. Bob would have never said that in front of me. So you had to have known, just like Shuli does all this shit, and he had to have known my reaction was going to be. So when you told me, I was like, oh, and then you actually said, yeah, Bob talked to Chad today, and I said, Bob, he's trying to get information about what's going on down here. And so you told me this. So if you think, like, and there's no way I'm going to know otherwise. But
he told 9 fans outside. Bob's pool party heard it. Everyone heard it. He would have told you. He doesn't care. You know why? Because nobody else who cares who Bob talks to. That's on Bob. If Bob wants to ruin his fucking life, everybody doesn't have to have the same loyalties you have. They don't have to have the same loyalties, Kevin.
They didn't. The other people didn't tell me. You made it a point to tell me. For whatever reason, that's a
because
fact.
It's stupid. Because Chad is using Bob. Because we would laugh about it. Because you and I agree, Chad is using Bob, and it's funny. We would have a laugh. I didn't know you'd melt down and make it into more than it is. You care too much. Who cares if he's on Shuli? Who cares if he talks to Chad? That's his life. Let him wreck it. Let him wreck it.
No, the point is, the other guys who overheard Bob saying it, didn't tell me. You told me. You told me, and you know more. You act like you had nothing to do with it. You literally told me, and otherwise I don't find out. So you had to have known it was going to trigger me a little bit. But now you're acting like I have nothing
I didn't
to do
know it
with
would trigger a relationship problem. I thought it was funny, and I thought we'd have a laugh about it because it is stupid. I agree with you. I didn't know that you would go nuclear about it. It's nothing. It is nothing. I don't think he fed him any information. There was no information to feed.
Up, dude. It's been building
right.
Up.
So
That's
then it wasn't
crazy
me. So it wasn't me. So it wasn't me.
You were the one that triggered it.
Okay, then what do you want to do? How do we settle up? How do we settle up?
We don't settle up. That was.
Well, then I ruined the show, and I'm an asshole. Like, then what are we talking about? You either say I'm an outsider and I don't know anything. No, because you're saying I'm an outsider and I let it build up and I don't know what I'm talking about. And then you also say I cause it. So, like, which is it?
No, I think it was the last straw. Because Thursday, 2 days before, Bob was crying to me on the phone about how Chad was fucking up his marriage. But 2 days later, they're talking on the phone. You're telling me, Bob, you said, Bob, he's trying to get insider information. And I just was like, that's interesting. I didn't even care that day, but the next day when Chad's like, I didn't even watch the show, but Chad was saying, the shit show I guess he did a show on Sunday, which I didn't see, but it popped up on my phone, the notification, and Chad's like, Atlantic City was a shit show. And I'm like, oh, I guess he talked to Bob again.
No, he was saying that before it happened.
Huh?
But Chad was just saying that. He was saying that all weekend. It wasn't insider info.
Melton, I didn't care. When I saw that was enough for me to say, right. Chad, he probably got all the information from Levy. Whether I was wrong or right didn't even matter anymore. Just the fact that Bob was crying on Thursday, talking to Chad on Saturday, and then on Sunday, Chad's like, doing a live stream, which I didn't watch, to be fair. I didn't watch, of course not, but Chad the title was something about, AC was a disaster. So I was like, so I did my show, and then Bob said that, I can't do this anymore. I'm like, fine, motherfucker.
But you just admitted that you just admitted probably, and it doesn't even matter whether it's true or not. So that's the definition of irrational. You're making a judgment based on nothing.
What did I admit?
You go, it doesn't even matter if Bob told him anything or not at that point. It doesn't even matter. It's like, so then it's just an irrational.
No, I said, no, I didn't say that at all. But I'm saying we don't know what Bob told him. We don't know what the conversation was. We're going on what Bob said. Of course, Bob's going to protect himself. He's not going to say what they actually talked about. But just the fact that they spoke 2 days after Bob was crying to me on the phone Thursday afternoon before we did our show that, Chad's ruining his marriage, etc. And now on Sunday, Chad's doing a live stream about what a shit show AC was. So I put two and two together. Whether I was right or wrong, I don't even give a shit. The fact that
you did
Bob
say
was
that.
Talking to him, okay, I don't have to be right. I don't know what they said. I don't know what Bob told them. The fact that they're speaking after Bob was crying on Thursday, I was like, Bob's a bitch. Bob's a fucking bitch. And he's getting played by Chad of all people. After he's crying about how Chad's ruining his marriage. So it's like, it gets to a point like, I don't have to be rational anymore. I don't have to be like, well, I have to take Bob's side. I have to listen to what Bob's saying. I don't give a fuck anymore. Shuli can have him. Bob's a fucking career loser. He's not as big a loser as Chad, but he's a fucking career nothing.
All right. Woof. Woof. Oh, the voice chat. Sorry, I can't, I can't.
Patrick, instead of admitting, that I can't pay the same amount, I just won't pay Bob at all because an established verbal agreement is not a contract.
Pay me, Kevin. You think these hernias fix themselves? I'll be back after the mend. You got my Venmo, motherfucker. Have a hot dog, you nutsack neck, having fuck, Jesus.
Shut the fuck up, Kevin.
Patrick, help me. The MLC ship is sinking. I already put my lady shoes on and am sucking Newports at the docks just to tell everyone I pay more than Shuli. And yeah, I hate Shuli almost as much as Steel Toe does. And we'll do anything to put down Shuli. No, and Shuli's.
What are you talking about, Kevin? I don't hate Shuli. There is nothing you can do about Shuli being a Shuli. It's in their biology to be greedy, dirty Jews. So I don't hate Shuli, just as I don't hate volcanoes for erupting. It's just basic nature, nothing anti-Semitic about it.
Shut the fuck up, Kevin.
Melton, you act like Shuli is innocent. I've been attacking him almost daily on MLC for month and month now. And he sometimes said bad things about me. He called me anti-Semitic for saying Shuli is a Shuli and implying that he is a greedy Jew snake without any other proof than him being a Jew. Shuli?
Jesus Christ. Did you pay him anything or not? It sounds like you paid him less. It's first of all, I asked him point blank if it is it like you considered Stuttering John a business expense, so you took that out of the bottom line of what you made and then paid him off the lesser amount. He's like, no, not at all, and then went on to explain the exact thing that I just said. He's like, that was an expense, so I took it out, and then we made less, so I paid him more. And I said, yeah, so the numbers are down, so you paid him less. The numbers aren't down, they're just not as high as they were. Cut to 6 minutes later, him going, yeah, so the numbers are down, and it's like, what are we even doing? I can't, like, he would say something, and then he would go, he said, like, it doesn't even matter if I'm right or wrong. And I said, so you're saying it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. You're being illogical. He's like, I never said that. And then 1 minute later, so I don't even care if I'm right or wrong. I am illogical. It's like, what the fuck are we? It's such a hurricane of insanity. And again, I love it. I love it. It's crazy because it's so, like, you know, meta and part of my world, but I'll be watching. I can't wait to watch 9 more hours of this same fucking circular non-logic play out. And I know Chandler's loving it. Dance, all you monkey puppets.
Oh, Mr. KB, you energy turns me on. I appreciate you standing up for me when you say Melton was exploiting me. I'm wetter than a porch monkey being sprayed down by the fire department in the 1960s.
Listen, Kevin, it's not just you. Everything is down. You should do regular radio with me. Follow the yellow brick road. This is my life.
Hello.
Well, you could have did better with that call, but you didn't do so bad. You didn't do so bad with him.
Thank you.
You just don't. You just have to realize he's going to be right, and that's it. So I think you did about 75% damage control. Would that be fair?
Yeah, I just like when he says he never said something that he just said, and then he repeats it again. It's like, well, I'm not talking to a person. This is not a person.
By the way, do you know who this is?
Yeah, it's Tommy Seven Names.
No, this is the Starbucks ambassador from your home city.
What?
This is the Starbucks ambassador.
Oh, it sounds like
the same city.
It sounds like Tommy Seven Names.
No, I don't. I'm not him. I need you to go back on that show so I can insult you again.
What's a
Because I do it every time you're on there, which is great.
What's Starbucks ambassador?
Every time you've been on Kevin's show, I pretty much give you a little jab.
Oh, you
So
can.
that's who I
Well,
am.
you can tell it really bugs me, and I've been pinning it up inside. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, well, that's good. Well, listen, I'm one in many of super chats that are out there when you're on there. So why would you remember me?
I appreciate it. No, I just don't
But
like.
you didn't.
I don't take it seriously.
Yeah,
I
you
don't.
didn't do that. No, I know. I know you don't. By the way, how was everything out over there in AC? Because that
It was great. I had a great time, and Kevin's not wrong. Like we played together a lot. We laughed. We're friendly. I've never got it twisted, Kevin. I've never thought you were going to be a real friend of mine because this is what you do to everyone in your life. Like, I knew this was coming. You told me on the phone you would turn on me. You told me that, and you're doing it. And it's like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm done. But it was just because I couldn't come on today that you had to say, fuck you, and you're a dick. And it's like, this is childish behavior. And you can get all mad or throw a tantrum or call me a liar or whatever you fucking want. But it's not how adults behave. And it's insane. And, you know.
He'll get over.
Yeah, of course he will. And if he doesn't, who cares?
Well, we need you back. We need you back on there on Monday.
Well, no, I'm
Believe
not
it or
going
not, you
on. I
actually
mean, it's
fit in well.
done. No, I'm done. I mean, I'm done.
Well, that's a shame.
Well, we got a whole new era of new guys coming in, and it's going to be great. You know, don't think of it as like what you've lost. Think of what's to be.
By the way, did Ray have a room?
No, I think he crashed with KB.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, I mean, he had a room. He had a place to sleep. Yeah, he had a place to stay.
I made the suggestion that he get a room 5 miles outside the city in a safe zone, and he was too cheap to do that.
Yeah, everybody told him that.
Yeah, because did he actually drive to Lancaster the next day?
No, he stayed in someone's. All right, I can't. Imagine going around and around about the same thing. You asked me if he had a room. I told you where he stayed. Then you go, so did he drive out to Lancaster? No, we just talked about this. You keep up. You keep up. What's going on with everybody? I love you, fat, kind of in a gay way, deep man love. Show us the numbers, says Colt C. By the way, Kevin, unblock Colt C. Why is this super chat going to NLO instead of MLC? You're making money out of KB's pocket. Melton, mission accomplished. Bring home the troops. Kevin needs your love. Pima, I love Kevin. He's hilarious. Melton, I think the KB tape you put on is stuck in a loop. Right. It's like, how many times can we go over the same thing with you contradicting yourself every other sentence? It's madness, man. Hello.
Hello, it's old madness. Hey, man. This is a chatter. I don't know if you know who I am based on my number. It's all good if you don't. But I wanted to put a perspective on Kevin, right? You remember whenever we watched the sitcom of him?
Yes.
And it was a pretty good representation of how his family treated him.
Yeah, kind of, I guess. I don't know, but big families are like that, right? You don't get a lot of attention.
Yeah, exactly. And so, but the way, his family was treating him, if this was, a real portrayal, it was like everybody else was above him. Remember, he was taking care of his younger brother. His younger brother was a piece of shit. But, and then it was but he was, the one that was recognized. Kevin was working and doing all this stuff. I think you pointed all this out in that episode. So it's based on that, it feels like Kevin has a really hard time, letting people in. Whenever he loves people, like you, Bob Levy, and his people that are close to him right now in this world, he can't, he feels like you're just going to fuck him over because that's what he's used to with his close family, right?
Yeah, I guess. But I also feel like he thinks he's literally I literally watched Bob Levy try to allay his fears of disloyalty for months. You know, Kevin would go ever since the Calta call. Kevin's like, Shuli's after me. Shuli's stealing you. Shuli's putting things in your head. Shuli's lying to you. Shuli asks about me and asks about the numbers and puts you up to this and tells you to do this. And Bob's like, that doesn't happen. You're crazy. It's this insane paranoia that built, and then he turns and starts calling Bob disloyal. But it's Bob's not disloyal. He's telling you he's not. And also, you've drawn this line. He's made up this war in his head. So he's like, how are you doing shows with Shuli? That's disloyal. And it's what? You just made that up.
What?
You made that up.
Yeah. That makes no sense. All of this is going on in his head. And like you said, it's projection.
And 100%, look, Shuli has ramped it up, and Shuli is aggression, and Shuli is absolutely trying to destroy. He's just going for it. He's fucking Kevin hard right now. But
the part of Shuli is, Shuli wasn't raised like that. Shuli doesn't have these emotions. Kevin needs to go into a fucking program, bro.
Shuli's got some.
He needs to get over this shit.
There was a little bit of insecurity. You'd be kidding not to see it. There was something about they were fighting over Bob, and I don't, neither one of them liked him.
No, he is.
I do get it. After a certain amount of time of Bob sitting there while he just sits on Shuli, and I get Shuli fighting back. I don't like it. But I don't know what I would do if someone just relentlessly kept hammering and making up shit about me. I'm sorry, Kevin, but you are paranoid, man. Nobody's after you. You're talking about private security and lurking. I imagine you did a big loop around the group to scope it out before you came. Nobody's after you. Nobody. You get an email and you're calling cops and getting fake. I don't even know. I don't know.
But I mean, the headspace that he has to be in to create these things, the text that he sent you that never happened. Patrick bitched out on this. It's wait, what the fuck, man? What are you talking about? That never happened.
My guess is OJ. Is this OJ?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not OJ.
Who is this? Come on.
Tax and theft.
Oh no! Why would I know that by your area code?
Because I ordered stuff from you, and I've called you before.
I hear a little.
usually,
You think I memorize every customer's shit?
Yeah, I figure you have it written down right in front of you because you used all of Sketty's Post-its, and you got all the numbers written right in front of you.
Oh yeah. No, it sounded a little OJ-ish to me. That obnoxious John guy.
Oh no, that's not me. No. I'm tax and theft. Yeah.
Got it. All right, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so fucked. I don't know.
Yeah, it's so strange, right? Like, how is
it's
he
nothing?
Like,
This is nothing.
Man?
This is a made-up war on one side, and now it's like literally like you're chasing the Jews around and and taunting them for so long. Don't be surprised when they turn around and they taunt you back and make you want to put a gun in your mouth in a bunker.
Okay, here's my next question. Is that the genius of it on his part? Is this like an ultimate troll? Because that motherfucker makes more money than everybody.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, where does the insecurity come from? He is killing it. He is making more than all of us combined. But it is like, when like a company fires everyone and then hires new people at base pay.
Yeah.
I feel like it could be kind of that thing. It could be like,
that makes sense because he does that.
I mean, he can throw Stevie Lou's and Stansel's $50 and they would be happy.
Oh, these you give Ski Mask 25, he's good.
Yeah,
maybe a couple.
But I don't know. I
honestly,
I can't just. I don't know the motivation. I couldn't describe it. We're gonna take the next call. Thank you for calling in.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah. Hello, you're on the Onions. Nope. They're gone. Yeah, I don't know.
KB, paranoia kicked in when he heard that Puerto Rican mammy was going with her Newport man. Go cry to your wife, miserable cunt. You should be thanking Melton for getting the poker game organized for your non-event.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
So, hey, Pat, hey, you're in California. If you hire a housekeeper and you pay her a certain amount because you're making a certain amount and she's illegal, and the next month you don't make the same amount, she can sue you, right?
I don't know. I'm not a housekeeper in California. Why are you calling me?
No, but you let her know. Like, he should be paying them.
That's a great take. Really smart take. What the fuck? What does that even mean? Canoe! Or fake canoe. Does Kevy think he's talking to Onion privately? He's being shockingly earnest. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, this is just not logical. And this is Keanu. Again, like, I don't have loyalties. I don't know Gino. I don't know Keanu. I busted some balls. I made fun of her accent. I don't know this woman. What if Keanu and Gino are right about everything? Hello?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Nothing.
Can you hear me okay?
I'm doing a show.
Hey, man, how was Atlantic City as far as dealing with Ray DeVito?
It was fine. He's just like first of all, Ray wasn't there. He was stoned out of his mind and drunk the whole time, like retarded level.
He wasn't there physically, but he was there, or he wasn't there mentally, but he was there
like
physically.
he's in that phase now where he just keeps repeating, I just want everybody to get along. I just want everybody to get along. It's like, again, these people aren't on the planet with us. I can't. It's like the people who go like, everyone should just get vaccinated. It's like, that's not a possibility. Next idea. Like, what? Imagine trying to get everyone vaccinated. Like, it's never going to happen. Move on to a new idea.
He was in your room though, right? Like at a certain point, I didn't see the whole stream. I tuned in a little late on the live.
Yeah, I'll be putting a preview of it up tomorrow, both the Bob Show and the Kevin Show. By the way, the Bob Show got more likes, more super chats, and more views. I don't know what that means.
What was your take on as far as Kevin and all the bridges that he's burnt? You know, I've been watching MLC for a long time, but
it's just his thing. I guess it's what he likes to do. Again, it's like, I'm only happy when it rains. It's like he does it. You heard him. I don't care if I'm right or not. This is what I'm doing. It's like, okay. I mean, you cannot argue with that. It's like, fair enough. I told Shuli today, Kevin thinks I'm an enemy. Again, I was trying to make his show better with Adam. I was texting Sunday night with ideas to make his show better. And even today, Shuli will confirm this. I said to Shuli, he said like, we're going to go. I don't know if I'm supposed to say. He told me I got to go because I'm doing. I'll tell you. No, I'll tell you. He goes
do shit like that, and then we wonder what the fuck.
No. He said I have to go. We were talking, and he goes, I have to go because we're starting our stream snipe. And I said, what if you just don't fuck with him to fuck with him? What if you just don't do that? And he said, suck my dick. And he said, suck my dick. And I said, fair enough. I said, fair enough. Have a good show. Because what am I like? Okay, I can't stop you. But I've tried with Bob. I told Bob before I got on the flight the other day, be chill, don't escalate, And then and I've tried to talk to Kevin and be like, this is nothing, chill. And he's like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This has been building for months. You're on the outside looking in. Meanwhile, I also am the catalyst for all of it. I'm both at the epicenter of the earthquake and also safe in the outskirts. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Man, you're doing it right, buddy. It's great watching from this end here, watching all sides. Everybody can see what's logical. Everybody can see what isn't. I just don't understand why everybody else. I guess there's a lot of people that aren't privy to the MLC verse before, whatever you want to call it. Kevin burns bridges. That's what he does. That's where it's going to be. I just wonder how much of it is Kevin does it for fun. You know what I mean? Like, is it just for fun?
Great.
Does he
It
really
is
mean
greatly entertaining. I said yesterday that the fans lost. It was mostly trolling Chad because Chad's been just wild on Twitter responding, But, yeah, I get it. I'm not Chad. You're not going to give the reaction to me because I'm not homeless now. Chad's been spiraling for 5 months and now he's like back in a new kennel. So he's like, oh, thank God. But I've always said I knew what it was. I knew where it was going. We said to do 3 months. Kevin told me he'd toss me aside. I didn't. Again, I'm not even saying I'll never go on MLC again. I would have happily, Kevin. I just didn't want to go on it today. I'm not going to be a tool in this fight. You're all acting dumb. You're all being crazy.
You're not going to be toyed around with.
Right.
You're not going to be toyed around with. Yeah, exactly. I get it, man.
But there's like real shit. Like Bob didn't. Shuli's not innocent, Kevin's not innocent, and Bob isn't innocent either. And also, I know that we don't have all the facts. Something's going on. There's some deal in place behind the scenes with Shuli and Chad and Bob. There's something going on, and it's not going to work out. So we're going to see it fall apart. Guaranteed.
Well, I love you, Fat. You're the best, buddy.
Thank you. Let's catch up on the super chats. KB, would now be a good time to discuss the benefits of gifted memberships or reverse mortgage? Kevin's insecurities are hilarious. This is just a plain decent argument between good friends. Oh my God, it's an effing work. King Louie, member for 3 months of these Dabbleverse feuds staged to boost views. That's what it feels. It feels like fake. Again, this is nothing. It's so dumb. Chauncey Gardney, Melton didn't cause it. He triggered it like flinging a cigarette butt into a pile of oily Chad rags. Look, I do think that's probably true. I definitely clearly triggered it, but Kevin was walking around looking for triggers. That's all I'm saying. I'd never, again, Sunday night I thought everything was cool. I didn't know there was a real problem. It was never my intention to split up Bob and Kevin. That's insane to think that. And, again, I probably triggered it, but again, there would have been another trigger the next day or another trigger the next day or something else. He's looking for excuses to break up. He's looking for it. So this was a nothing comment. I thought we'd share a quick laugh on the show. I was just recapping the day. I was like, Chad called Bob today fishing for info. Isn't that so fucking pathetic? It was a goof on Chad, not Bob, not Kevin. But Kevin hears everything and he goes, I know how people are going to say about me. I know what people are going to say. They're going to make it look bad. They're going to try to make it worse. It's like, oh, the internet? Who cares? Who fucking cares? Big in Ohio, don't be a dick. Hit the thumbs up now. Yeah, hit the like button, you fat. What is it? You cowards. Ozone, wait, you don't remember the Starbucks ambassador? No, not really. What are some of their zingers? American Cupcake member for a month. No, he did not pay for the month of July. He got a couple days ago for the month of July. He didn't give Bob 1 red cent. Yeah, I mean, if that's true, that's fucked up. But I also think Kevin will. I think he's fucking with him. I don't know. Farfik Nugan. Melton, you've done a great face turn. I used to dislike you because I like Red Bar, but yeah, man, you've done a great job of doing the face turn. I'm a fan. Great. Keep them coming. Bucky's Brawler. Patrick, do you recognize me by the sound of my keys clicking and my lack of punctuation? Assyrian 24. Keanu, save the $4.99 and buy some implants. Be nice. I did. Look, I saw her nudes because someone sent them to me. She's very attractive. You would bang? You would bang. Come on. Everyone's so ugly. It's like you're all fucking trolls. Guaranteed. Gino Biscrompe. What if I've been 1,000% right about everything? Keanu and I now watch Bob go crawling back to Anthony. Bob says that won't happen, but again, I don't believe anything Bob says. Nobody's word means anything anymore. And again, I know why you guys all think I'm a liar. You're in this world full of fucking liars. Nobody's been 1,000% right about everything, Gino. Including you saying I said I had clips of you bombing. I never said that. If we're being real, no work, no entertainment, no trolling Steel Toe and fucking with Steel Toe, fucking around, which is a fuck around. I never send anybody to do anything to Gino or Steel Toe. It looked like a great event. It looked like everybody there had fun. Somebody, Obnoxious John on the show last night said that he had people there and that it was packed and there was a line out the door. Now, I can't argue with an eyewitness testimony. I got sent that picture saying it was dead. And Obnoxious John said he had contacts there who said it was full and packed and that everybody had a good time. And I believe that because it is a racist pocket of Minnesota that would probably enjoy you just screaming the N-word repeatedly. So I get it. Just a bunch of bikers and truckers having a rally.
It's a good thing that everybody knows they can trigger me just with the title of their show they release.
It is true. It is true. Hello. Hello.
Patrick.
Yeah.
Hello. Hey, Patrick. Chris calling from Canada. How's it going tonight?
Hi, Chris from Canada. It's going great, eh?
Very good. Very good. So, this is my only point. You've already made it. KB is the type of guy who can't take any bullying at all. And I mean, like, the bullying level of a 5-year-old would absolutely crush him, but he dishes so much. And I mean, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I mean, just Kevin, what a baby.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
People just calling in to go, you're a baby. You're a baby. Max Brango, member for 5 months. Did you and Ski Mask get along? Ski Mask was so cool. I heard myself say it. No, dude, the dude wasn't drunk. I guess he has to stop drinking. He has some medical stuff. I'm not gonna lie. He was great. He was nice. He was normal. His face is not as blocky in person. We played poker. He came up and did a show. We hung out a little bit. Like, it was completely normal. Everything was completely fucking fine. So one of the most normal fans that were there, believe it or not. That's a fact. That's a fact.
It's a real problem that Shuli didn't talk shit about AC, even though I predicted he would, and had to talk mad shit about Bob because of things I made up in my mind.
I'm not Tukey. I am Tukey's retarded brother Fluky. I also came to life from Ray's cum, like so many puppets did. But Tukey is our only genius.
Yeah, okay, I jizz on a lot of rags all the time. Let me drink more clear wine to help with my gout.
My mom told me that my daddy, Ray, didn't use a condom when he lost his virginity with her. My 4 siblings ignore me, and my mother hates me because my daddy, Ray, doesn't pay alimony. Sometimes my daddy, Ray, takes my puppets and gives them back to me all slimy, and sometimes they come to life. My mommy sells the living puppets to work as podcast producers.
Jesus. Hello.
Hey, Patrick, how you doing?
Great.
Just wondering, what does like a working comic make? Because when I hear all these guys that I thought were like kind of famous talking about like 50,000 a year or whatever, it seems like a lot really low.
Yeah, I mean, there's nobody in this world making 50,000 a year off comedy. I'm telling you, like in this universe we're talking about.
Yeah, because I figured like if they're fighting this much about money, I mean, it's got to be rough times. Like even for a guy like Kevin that was on TV for all these years, it seems like every little cent he's kind of upset over.
Chad drives round trip 6 hours to make $200. Chad drives round trip 12 hours to make $300. 100%. 100%. Humble brag.
Who do you think would be a good co-host for Kevin now? I think Tukey.
I'm Team Pat Dixon. Whoever does it, just know going in what is gonna happen. Like just don't let it. Like don't be like Chad when you get dropped. Like you will get dropped. It will get old. It will get tired. It's a cesspool of negative energy, and it's hilarious. But, you know, you got to go in with the right attitude. That way you come out with the right attitude.
I think an old man just like screaming at a puppet, and the puppet kind of, you know, Tukey's got a good sense of humor. He gets it. He's pretty quick. Going back and forth with Kevin, I think that'd be pretty epic.
Yeah, I texted Tukey, and I said, you better go on there. I worked for a month, and you turned it down now? No. You're going on MLC. Even if you go, I told him, even if you go on and blow it up, just scream at him, yell at him, and be an asshole, he'll laugh, and it'll be a ratings wunderfest.
Yeah, that Tukey on the street thing I saw him do last week, it's fucking hilarious. It's like him just screaming about Chad to people on the street. It's hilarious. He set it up really good. I think the guy's super funny.
Yeah, I really think Kevin would enjoy it. I think the fans would enjoy it, even if it's just to shit on him, hate him, and yell at him. But Tukey would dish it back. The guy who does it is clever. He's got comedic timing. Kevin would enjoy it. I wasn't bullshitting. I wasn't trolling. You know, when Stevie Lou is telling Kevin to get Hipstar and all these like bottom barrel losers, like Joey C makes Hipstar, you know, like Hipstar makes Joey C look sharp and with it.
Yeah, man. Anyways, it's a great show. It's David Chandelier calling you.
Thank you, David Chandelier.
All right.
Have a great night.
Bye.
Keanu Thompson, here's a Kiki Buck onion ring. Enjoy. I don't know about that. I guess she has her own currency that comes out of her ass to mouth machine. Okay. Amy Elizabeth KB, adhere to the rules that I create, yet I don't. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like every fucking other sentence is a contradiction. There's no it's like it doesn't even matter what my rules are. Yeah, my rules are I'm not making fun of a dead girl to her parents' face. They're coming over here to hear it. I'm not hurting anybody. They're choosing to get hurt. Like Chad. I don't tweet at Chad. Chad chooses to come over and read it and then go nuclear on Twitter at me. That's him having he is broken, not me. My line is that I don't turn people into the IRS. My line is that I don't call people's wives whores. My line is that's not true. I probably would, but you know, I'm just saying, not a person I considered my friend yesterday. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what the I don't even really know what the problem is. It all feels crazy. Hipstar episode is going to be fire. I'm making that a reality. I mean, Stevie Lou, you're going to ruin his show. Kevin, if you're still listening, don't let Stevie Lou book your guy. I'm being serious. I like Stevie Lou. Stevie Lou's great on it. Do not let Stevie Lou book your guest. You think you're in the barrel now and it's hard to get quality? Imagine people Stevie Lou considers underlings. He's going to do whatever he wants. This thing's off the rails. It's going to be a fucking nightmare. Hello.
Hello. Is this Patrick Mountain?
It is.
Oh, okay, Mountain. Good to talk to you.
Great.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
I just realized you and I have very similar jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I work
Child
in the field
care?
of mental health.
Yeah, okay. We don't, though.
And-
We don't. I don't have to work with idiots. I don't have to work with people who live in another reality. It's like Chad.
Here's the
Everybody's
thing,
like,
though.
he has such a problem with Chad. It's like, you know what you do? Ignore it. Who cares if Bob wants to go fuck around with Chad? Let Bob catch HPV.
Here's the thing, though, right? You're like a moth drawn to a flame, dude.
I mean,
The
I'm not.
same
I'm
thing,
not.
like,
I'm not. I can't. I don't fuck with Chad, and I haven't fucked with Chad in months. My mental health's well, it's not fine, but it's baseline.
No. I just mean in terms of the kind of people you find to be interesting. You know what I mean? Like, this is like you don't stumble upon these things, right? Like, I'm not saying that's a poor reflection on you. I'm relating to that in terms of what I do for a living.
Yeah, I get it. It's
Yeah.
It's like
So
I
have
told
one
Kevin,
piece
like
of
we're
advice
all mentally ill, like on some level. You know, it's a spectrum.
Everybody is. And of course, people are playing characters on some level too, right? But one piece of advice, and I'll leave you be.
Yep.
Self-care. Self-care, Mountain. You need some self-care, dude. Like, if you're going to continue to navigate these waters.
Yeah, maybe I'll get some. Maybe I'll get some lavender bubble bath and really just take a me day.
I think so. Whatever you got to do. Whatever
All right.
you got to do.
Thank you for calling.
So, I love the show, though.
Thank you. Oh, fuck, you made me miss
All right,
my
take
next
care.
call, you piece of shit, with your too long exit. With your fuck. No, I'm just kidding. I can't get mad at everybody.
People say I am a more intelligent stuttering John. I don't understand it.
Hey, Kevin Bob is telling all your secrets to Chad right now.
Be Bob, you're a drug addict. Drink bleach.
Hey, Kevin, you might be taking it too far. You might have jumped a couple of levels when firing back at Bob.
Who are you, the judge of levels?
Hello.
Hi, Patrick.
Hello. Let's
listen.
get a female perspective.
That's right. And listen, this thing is we can't. Kevin has to keep the waters muddy here. I mean, this is all a work. I mean, he actually, if the waters were too clear, we'd all see that Kevin doesn't really have a dog in this. He doesn't like the Dabbleverse, but the Dabbleverse likes him, and we've been following this whole thing with first the Kumia thing, then Chad's black eye, and Kevin has to keep this fight going. He has to keep it at this level. Otherwise, what's he doing there?
Yeah, and again, like Kevin acts like Shuli being in a room where his number was giving out is more egregious than him. He goes after dead brothers and Chad's family. Like, he acts like he made fun of Chad's dead brother. He made fun of Chad's dead brother and is going to take the high and mighty road about Joey C's dead daughter. It's like, again, the consistency is what I preach. It's like,
but
it doesn't
he
even
also
matter
takes
what.
some of it too far.
Yeah,
of course. He burns bridges, and he's going to mess it up for us because I enjoy this stuff. And he's like, turning people into the IRS. You can't do that, and that'll end it all.
Right. I agree.
And the personal attacks. I mean, that's stuff you can't apologize for. So, I mean, it's kind of funny when, Bob can say, we talked, we worked it out. You know what I mean? And then it's all fixed. I mean, that kind of brushes over it, and then they can move on. It's kind of like you have to be willing to suspend reality. It's like acting, like improv. They have to kind of be willing to do that. And some of the fans, too. I mean, you can't force these people to expose themselves if they're really in on the work. I mean, maybe Kevin's, not realizing it, but it's great. I love it. But I hope they, can kind of be adult, I think, is the word I'm looking for, about it and keep it going.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
But it was great, and also seeing you guys in AC when you started the live stream, and you were and Kevin was sitting there with Ray and Ski Mask. It was such a beautiful thing. I could feel that everybody was having a good time, and I wished I was there. It was really great. I'm so glad you guys did that. I think it was a great success.
But that's what I mean. Like Kevin wants to do this thing where he's like, you made me come up and do it. I didn't want to do it. It's like, way to make me feel like shit. Don't do it, adult.
Yeah, some of that, that's an act, but he takes it too far. He offends people, especially someone who's an adult like you, and you're too respectable. He can't really push you around like that, but he has to keep up the act somewhat. But he takes it too far sometimes. You've got to keep someone to kick around like Ray, and that steel toe thing, he's got to be dealt with.
Yeah. All right.
Please, you have to deal with him. He needs to be taken down. I hate that guy.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Pat. Bye.
Oh, shit. Alonzo Jones, send Bob the link. If Bob's asking for the link, just call in. I don't know if that's a request to Bob or is this made up, but 323-825-4990. 323-425 323-825-4990. 323-825-4990. The number's in a pinned comment at the top. And if you have something to say, I'm not hanging up on anybody. Hello.
Hi, I just want to say that was a great call from April M. Holt, that last caller.
Oh, you think that was April?
That was April, dude.
Cool.
If it wasn't April, that's April's brain. Yeah.
All right. She wants Steel Toe taken down?
Oh, I don't care enough about all that, but I think April wants Steel Toe taken down so she can live her life.
That's what I just asked.
Yes.
You're drunk.
You are.
Okay. Oh, boy. Chico Ruizing, 10 gifted memberships. That's to get you on the wall. See? It's not that hard, goes to Mr. P. $50 for the wall. Chico Ruiz, 10 gifted memberships. I'm going to come all over myself. Hello.
Damn popular night. Finally got through. Hey, here's what I think. I think that you remember whenever the best time of MLC was whenever Chad and Bob and Kevin, especially when Kevin Chad left for a couple of weeks when he really wasn't on the show and he would go after Bob or Kevin. I think we're in for that for the next couple of weeks. I think it's going to be great in this stupid little universe.
Yeah, I think the same thing that happened on MLC is going to happen on whatever this new show Shuli's doing is, and I think he doesn't care. I think he's sacrificing a little bit of Bob's mental health and maybe even Gina's mental health for channel growth, clicks, and money, and they're 100%. Here's the other thing: it's like Chad's so dumb he doesn't realize he's being used by Shuli too. It's like this whole thing of like Chad's a talent. I think he's got a lot to offer. Don't get me wrong. I do think Chad would probably be good. You know, we're talking about what does Chad have, what good ideas. Comedy, nothing. Chad's an empty vessel comedy-wise. He's a gravy boat with no gravy in it. But
he's a good third mic.
He's a fine third mic as long as that third mic's role is to be constantly shit on, because he's going to get... Here's the thing. He thinks he's a peer with these guys. And these guys don't
agree with that.
They don't look at him as a peer. And when he starts to slowly figure that out, because it takes a while, because he's dumb as fuck. Right now he's in the puppy face, like, we're all doing it, guys, right? Like, but eventually, even him, thick as he is, starts to look around, going like, wait a minute, I'm not only in the bottom square, I'm in the bottom tier. I'm in the bottom. You know, I'm literally getting shit on, and then he starts to get insecure because. Don't get me wrong. Even though today his Wellbutrin was kicking in, he's a depressed. You heard Shuli last night. Chad's not happy with where he is. Chad's not happy with his shows, and that was a conversation. Shuli said that publicly, so that's not throwing anything out. Chad's upset and Chad's down about where he is. That's fucking true. We all knew it, but Chad, this is confirmation from Shuli. And so Shuli's taking a broken man and using him. Like, that's exactly what's happening. Enjoy, Chad.
Right. Yeah.
Like-
yeah. Well, another thing is bullshit is if Kevin's not going to pay Bob for the work that he did, he basically, from what I understand, is he didn't pay him for the last month that he worked. And that's bullshit. I mean, that's Butch Bradley territory.
I mean, he's saying he did, though.
Kevin said he did?
I mean, he says he paid him, and it was just less.
No, I think Bob said he has done that. He's paid him less from what he, I guess, initially started out at. But the way Bob has explained it is Kevin hasn't paid him for the last basically 4 weeks. I guess he pays him, when YouTube pays out.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, well, he just got paid yesterday, and sometimes that doesn't even hit for a day, so he might have got it today. But you can't, look, if a week goes by, if 30 days goes by, and he doesn't get paid, then him not getting the money immediately the minute it hit his account is not egregious in my book.
Well, no, I agree, but you agree that he should pay him.
I mean, he's saying he's going to pay. I don't know. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, everything is more complicated. If you look at it this way, if you go, hey, the show MLC had to pay $3,000 to Stuttering John, so I subtracted that from the profit of the show, and so our net was less, and so you're getting paid less this month. It does I do understand that if their deal is based upon what the show brings in. If the deal's a flat rate, you should pay the flat rate. We don't know any of these intricate details because neither of these two guys can calm down for 5 minutes to explain it.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm a small business owner. I couldn't imagine making a business decision and then telling my employees, oh, well, this week you're going to get 20% less because I made this decision. I mean, that's craziness.
Right.
Is he going to go way up if he has a stellar September? I mean, would he have paid 20% more? I mean, it doesn't really sound like it.
I don't know. That's just what he says. We don't know because, again, he offers to show the numbers. And he wants to see everyone numbers. It just sounds like the ramblings of an insane, jealous. Like, I don't give a fuck what Kevin or Shuli makes. Who cares? I'm watching me.
I know, right? Isn't that crazy? Well, I hope you go back on the show because you are good and y'all are funny. And maybe I know you probably don't want to do it every Monday, but man, if you get on a couple of Mondays a month, once
a quarter.
That's not enough.
I mean, this is really, and by the way, once he starts getting all these other idiots that Stevie Lou wants to bring in, and I'm sorry, Stevie Lou, again, I like you, but you start bringing in Hipstar and all this stuff, his shows. That's insane. It's an insane idea.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Felton. Have a great night.
No worries. Hello, you're on with the Onions. Hello. Great. Good stuff. All right, we're all caught up. So yeah, that's where I'm at with this whole shaboop. And I don't know. Oh boy, here we go. Hello.
Hey, sir. Can I change the subject?
Sure.
To donkey lips?
I mean, no. This is an MLC show.
Oh shit.
Save it for Thursday.
I just wondered. I was any update, man? Have you heard anything from the guy?
Nope. Hello.
Hey, Patrick, how are you?
Great.
Just following up on, I think the previous caller was talking about KB paying Bob. And I think earlier, can't remember the episode, but I do remember him saying that he pays everybody on the show based off of a percentage. I don't know the exact details. I know he was always saying YouTube, Apple takes 40%. He pays Adam a percent of what the show makes, and then I know he said he paid Bob a percent off of what the show made. And if 1 month's high, 1 month's middle, 1 month's low, everybody's number is going to be different monthly. I just can't believe some people can't grasp that concept. It just seems astonishing.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. And also, this super chat era of MLC, from what I understand, is only 8 months old, 10, 11 months old, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Previous. I mean, I kind of started January, so I'm not really sure how things worked pre-January. I mean, I don't blame Kevin for not wanting to give people a flat rate per show, because he's on the hook for a fixed cost per show. If he says, I'm going to give Bob 200, I'm going to give Adam 100, I mean, it wouldn't make sense for him to operate at a loss. So I get it in that regard, but just following up on some of the callers, some are great, some are, I guess that's what you get running your show, but just wanted to say you're doing a great job. I appreciate you keeping Ray accountable. He is a treasure. He just doesn't get it. He just can't get out of his own way. He just, I just appreciate you always bringing it back to Ray. So I just want to say good job, Patrick.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
It's all a work. It's all a work. It's all a work. I can't hear it anymore. Believe me when I tell you, I am just exactly as insane as you think. I am as insane as Steel Toe is anti-Semitic.
I'm not anti-Semitic as a German. It's just not in my nature. So welcome to the Steel Toe Nazi Show. Today we look at Hitler's Mein Kampf and analyze all the things he got right about the Judenzow. Jewish biology was analyzed without any bias by this nice scientist called Josef Mengele. So Sieg Heil.
Jesus. Hello.
Hey, little buddy. Can we get a palate cleanser, please?
Oh, yeah, I got something for you.
Bubble guts. The bubble guts. The bubble guts.
Rockin' to the beat. Yeah.
The bubble guts. The bubble guts. The bubble guts. Rockin' to the beat.
This is all gay. Thank you for being a member, Mr. Burnside. Nick Gurr. Fine black African-American dark gentleman. I am an official Steel Toe VIP. And yeah, we allow people to post their L's here like that. We do. By the way, speaking of posting their L's, fucking Chad today, he's just like, he said he was paying me 100 a show, and then I did the math, and it was like less than 50 a show. It's like, you're an idiot. That took you a year to do the math. Then I did the math. It's something Chad Zumach should never utter. Then I did the math. That would explain the beads of sweat and the foggy glasses. Your brain is kicking into overdrive. I did the math. How many pads of paper did it take, Chad? KB, pay Bob the $6,000. Hold on, is KB still in the chat? I don't know. We don't know. This is all insane. All this drama is aggravating my bubble guts. Yep, for sure. Hey, it's Travis. When are we getting an Onion Con or a Come Play Poker meetup in Vegas? So I talked to Bob about this weekend, and Carl's brother, I'd be like, what if we had a WATP and an NLO, and Bob and I can do a show, or we can even do an MLC. We're talking about future plans. Kevin thinks everybody's against him. I was like, what are we doing, MLC? And if Kevin doesn't want to come to Vegas, he can Skype in. Like, we're making plans, including him. He thinks everybody's after him and doing shit to him. And after a while, it'll just eat away at a man. And you become so fucking paranoid that everybody's after you. Yeah, we were gonna set that up. I gotta be honest with you. I'm turned off by all of it. I don't like the ways Bob's acting. If this guy was your friend, you responding the same way he's going at you with all the over the line stuff, it's gross. It's fucking gross. I don't want to be like in business with people who do that kind of shit, who overreact and get personal and go after families and docs and report. And you're like, Melton, what about with Steel Toe? It's like, no, fuck Aaron Imholt. I don't know that dude, and he's breaking the law. It's like Kevin and Bob were friends, and even if Kevin was paying him under the table, him being like, I was paying him under the table and he's skipping taxes, it's just like, Jesus, 24 hours out, that's where you go. Just blow it up. But that way, again, I think that's why Kevin was mad at me. He didn't get to throw me away. I walked away. He thought I was walking away. I wasn't. I was just saying I wasn't going to go on today and be a part of this fight. But Kevin likes to throw things away. He doesn't want things to blow away. He doesn't want things to walk away. He wants to control the destruction. He wants to burn the bridge. It's no fun if somebody else sets up the demo. Hello?
Hey, what's this I'm hearing about Summer Sinclair doing a new podcast? I'll take my answer off the air.
Who did? I don't know anything about a Summer Sinclair new podcast, but it's gross. WATP live shows are always, I was talking to Carl's brother. I was like, I know he doesn't need, look, Carl doesn't need me to do it. He's got a bigger audience than all of us. But, we do share some fans. I know not all of them, but, not everybody has to come to everything. And those of us here in the rational world who want to work together and do shows and meet fans and give back, I think either Shuli or Bob or somebody was saying earlier, like, you quit comedy because comedy quit you to Kevin. And it's like, I'm in the same boat. It's like, first of all, I could be out there pretending to be a comic just like every other fucking loser. Like Chad hasn't given up comedy. He's still a real working boy. And it's like gross. He isn't. But I could be out there making $50 a show and going and headlining $200 shows like a fucking loser. Or I could just admit that I can't, nobody's booking Melton. Hello?
Hello. Can you please cover this week's back and forth between Steel Toe and Shuli regarding Aaron's anti-Semitic insults?
I just think it's awful and gross. I don't care. Like, who cares? Is Aaron a liar who discredits himself at every turn? He literally goes, Shuli's a Jew and Jews can't help it. This is not a joke. And then the next day he's like, that was a joke.
Okay.
Yep. That's my thoughts. Aaron M. Holt's a fucking gaslighting liar. So that's what I think. B. Dabbler says if there's an event in Vegas, Tukey will be there. I mean, Tukey 100% could be booked. But it's like, I have nothing against Bob and producer Joe and Shuli, but they're just in bed with Chad now, promoting Chad's gigs, hanging out with Chad. And producer Joe's not fucking retarded. Do you think producer Joe likes Chad, thinks Chad's a sharp guy who's with it? Or are they using Chad? Like, everyone's using Chad. Everyone's using Bob. Just be honest. We want Bob over here. We'd like him to quit MLC. At least Kevin was honest about that. Hello.
Hey, yo, this is Citizen M.
Yeah.
Milton, you're my favorite white boy, man. I gotta tell you, you are, man.
All right. Great stuff. Imagine dialing and doing that. You caught shit for the length of your opening. I made a mixtape. Yeah. Well, first of all, the show was at 4. And sometimes I started early and put some music on and have a vibe. And then people are like, he's late. How long is this intro? It's like, it's not an intro. Not an intro. Go away. It tells you what time it starts. But I do love driving people crazy. But Dabbler, Tukey, you could definitely be a part of it. I think it'd be great. But I can't, I with Bob and Chad, and it's just like, I got to walk away. I can't be, I had a great time doing a show with Bob and stuff, but I'm not going to be, and by the way, unless producer Joe and Bob and Shuli all come to me behind the scenes, I'll keep it a secret, but you got to text me or call me and go like, we're fucking Chad over. And I'll be like, okay. Because that is what's happening. I just need nothing's making sense, and you got to be honest about it. That's what I need.
Dreidel, shapeshift to a snake. Dreidel. Shuli's fucking gay.
It's not his fault, KB. He's a year to you, that game, Christ killer.
Never stoop to anyone's level. I mean, I can't, like, literally, he's like, I'm like, yeah, so you paid him less because the numbers were down. He's like, the numbers weren't down. They just weren't as high. It's like, potato insane man. This really is like wrestling. I'm glad you had Ray on in Atlantic City. I still don't like Ray. None of you guys have to like each other to do a show. Yeah, I don't. Look, I still think Ray ain't the sharpest tool in the jar of mayo. But at the same time, like, whatever. Like, I'm not going to walk up and, like, start a fight with an idiot. If Chad was there, I would have fucking laughed in his face and told him he's an idiot to his face, too. I'm going to show up and make everybody nervous. You ain't. Nobody's nervous around you, dork. Hello? Hello?
Dreidel, shapeshift to a snake. Dreidel, Shuli's fucking gay.
All true stories as far as I know. Hello?
Hey, Milton, how you doing?
Great.
So I have 3 bullet points here. I just wanted to know, so first of all, so Red Bar used to look down on you, but now you actually are having like a good light. Like, what do you think about that?
I've never not had a good life. Stop believing everything you think.
Okay, that's fine. Second bullet point. Chad is not a part of the group, is what I wrote. So I think they're bringing Chad in, and he's not really a part of the group. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're kind of like taking advantage of him. What do you think about that?
I mean, that's what I've been saying for an hour.
Okay. Third bullet point is, what is it? Kevin doesn't do comedy anymore. So I really think it's weird that, like, we have these comedians that they don't do comedy anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, they should be going on tour and, like, making, like, not millions, but, like, thousands of dollars, like tens of thousands of dollars. So what do you think about the fact that these people don't do comedy tours anymore?
I mean, I think people's aesthetic, like, I don't enjoy stand-up watching it as much as I used to. There's so much garbage it's saturated. It's so saturated. And you know, like, how good it just, like, I don't know. I think people don't like stand-up. We get a lot of people like Bert Kreischer sucks. It's like, I mean, that stand-up, he's great, but you don't like stand-up. That's what it is. And I see it that way a little bit too. It's kind of boring to me. It's a parlor trick. I can go in front of any crowd and kill. I can do it. It's a parlor trick.
What I'm saying is, though, that these people in the Dabbleverse, like Kevin Brennan and Bob Levy, like, they're not going on tour.
Kevin's making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Why would he go on tour? He can't get booked anywhere.
Because he can make more money.
He can't get booked anywhere.
So you're saying that they don't do that because they can't do it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, perfect.
I mean, that's why I don't do it. If I had if someone wants to give me a headlining gig and pay me appropriate money, I'll be there.
Sure.
I'm being honest. Like, the industry has looked at Melton and gone, "We're good."
Well, okay.
And look, Bob has health problems. I guess, you know, he's got, you know, he says he only wants to do gigs that pay a certain amount within a certain vicinity of his home, so he doesn't have to travel and stuff. Sure, but if comedy clubs around the country were willing to pay him $5,000 a weekend, he'd be on the road doing comedy club. I don't think that's an insult.
Well, yeah, but Kevin used to be like a headliner, dude. Like, why doesn't he, like, do comedy again?
Because there's no demand. What are you talking about?
Well, there's a little bit of demand. Like, dude, if you go to, like, a small town, like, they'll come out. Like, they're going to do it.
How much money do you think you're talking about? How much money?
Oh, well, more than the podcast.
No.
You don't think so?
I know so. You are all idiots about how much comedians make. It's pennies. It's nothing.
For a weekend, I would think that they would make maybe $3,000 at least.
Yeah, if he could draw, he.
That's pretty good.
He can't. He can't get booked. No one wants to see Kevin Brennan for $3,000. No one. What are you not hearing? There's no demand for Kevin Brennan.
That's basically what I wanted to hear.
Right. I mean, what are you talking about?
I'll leave it to it.
They're not doing it because they can't. If there's enough, again, it's like when you're like David Chandler's going to pay you for 3 hours $1,000. It's like, yeah, that's great money. I'm in.
But over the course of the podcast, I mean, that's really not that much money, you know.
What do you mean?
Like over the course of the podcast, like that's not really that much money. Like all the super chats, like yeah, maybe it's like a few $100s. Like so what? Like that's not that much money.
I mean,
I feel like they can make more money just doing comedy.
It's $330 an hour. You can't make more money doing comedy. You're miscalibrated.
Even if you're Kevin Brennan,
you're miscalibrated. It pays shit. What are you not listening to? There's no money for him. No one wants Kevin Brennan. No one. There's no demand. Don't get it wrong. If someone would pay him to
I didn't know. That's why I'm asking you.
I mean, you keep arguing with me like, no, there is.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just trying to find out.
There's not. There's no money.
That's not true. That's not true.
I can't. You're on a retard racetrack. Get off. Take the exit. Pull in for a fucking tire change. I'm screaming, no, you're wrong. And you're going, so you're saying no? What a fucking idiot. The caller's trolling. I mean, trolling or retarded? Which one is it? Trolling or retarded? Hello?
Hey, Patrick. This is Citizen M. Are you trying to tell us that Ray isn't a millionaire?
No, he's got it like that. Get out of my world. What's happening here? David Skywalker, who I also met in Atlantic City, one of the weirdos. He's great. And that is his real picture in the icon. I'll tell you that much. He's just got a beautiful face mask on to take care of his gorgeous milky skin. Ray is totally normal and very smart. David Skywalker had a Raytard shirt on. Kooky for Tukey. KB needs new jokes ever since bed and bath closed. Yeah, I'm not saying this to insult them. They're more famous and more successful and make more money than I ever will. I get it. So don't go running with this thing. It's an insult. But, like, no one is booking Kevin Brennan. Like, it's over. For me, too, I guess. Bob's got a little circuit he works, but I don't. There's not enough money in it for me. Hello.
Hi, Milton. This is Jeff from Seattle. First time, long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What does KB's cum taste like? I'll take my answer off the air.
Now, this sounds
Thank
like
you.
OJ. That sounded like OJ, too. Everyone sounds like OJ to me. That guy's really living in my head rent-free. Hello.
Patrick.
Yeah.
Just FYI, like Nick Swartz in Tampa at Side Splitters. What's his name? Chad's opening for him. Now, what would he pay Chad for opening? Or is he an MC? Or like, what's the comedy terminology?
Chad probably makes $100 a show to feature, unless Nick pays him more. Nick probably has a door deal because he's famous.
No, the feature, that's not a middle. Is that better than the middle?
A feature is a middle. Middle and feature, same thing.
Same thing. $100? Really? Damn.
$100 a show, and it hasn't changed since the 90s. And by the way, some pay less.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy.
Yep. That's
so
what
Nick
I'm saying.
Doesn't give a fuck.
This is what I'm telling you. Like, it's so much less than you all have in your minds. It's pennies.
Well, what about these guys like you see on the Joe Rogan podcast? They seem to be making money like these young guys. Like, what's the fat Greek guy? He's real popular now. Like these guys, what are they just constantly touring?
Yeah, I mean, like a headliner at an Improv or Funny Bone that doesn't have a door deal is making $2,000, $2,500, $3,000, somewhere in there. The feature's making $600 for 6 shows. And if they're lucky, they have to pay their own travel. And if they're lucky, they get a room, but they pay their own travel out of that. So you got to sell merch. You got to like hustle. You got to, it's garbage.
You got to be like Jackie the Joke Man selling knickknacks.
Yeah, it really is trash. People don't understand. It's not good. And by the way, Chad came and did 6 shows in Tulsa, and I know that club plays less than $100 a show for a feature. He drove across the country and back for $400 and something. I'm not kidding you. He lost a lot on that trip because he was trying to get in as a headliner. Now they saw him and went, "We're good," but.
So what do you just? I mean, basically, just trying to get a sitcom is the only way out, really, right?
I mean, no, this isn't the '90s. It's not happening anymore. There's a writer's strike. Look.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, thanks for the inside scoop there, brother.
Yep, no worries. And you know, even a sitcom, you know, you used to make millions an episode. Those days are it's all over. Everything's less because of the way entertainment is splintered now. It's just not the way it is.
Patrick, you're not paranoid. If they are really out to get you, I really thought Chad and Stuttering John were friends. Now I know everything is a work.
So, Kevin, when you kicked me of MLC and I started to stream snipe, your show shit-faced drunk, did you ever think that you would ruin your show over this? Maybe you should have just ignored me and never talked about me again.
And everybody, I agree with a lot of people who are going like, everybody who thinks MLC is ruined is an idiot. This is just what MLC is. It will become something else. So you're right. So there's no fretting over Melton's gone. There's no fretting over Bob's gone. This was always the end game. This is always the way it was going to go. And this will just be a new chapter and a new iteration. Hello.
Well, hello there. This is OJ.
Yes. Oh, I didn't know you were a Florida man. Doxed. Well, what an adventure we've had today. What who knew Kevin would call in? I didn't. But I want to make everything clear here. I'll watch Shuli. I'll watch Bob. I'll watch Kevin. I'm a fan. I'm an eternal fan. I'm eternally grateful. Those guys have done nice things for me. They've helped me. I had a good time with Kevin. I'd play poker with him any day. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Patrick? What's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
No, it's me, Detroit. How you doing?
Good.
That's good, man. Me too. That's all I got, bro.
Okay. It's just sickening. It really is something from nothing. It's a lot of projection. It's a lot of insecurity. It's a lot of overreaction. It's a lot of aggression. And in my opinion, it's a lot of short-sightedness, misguided trust, and selling out your present for your future, or vice versa, selling out your future for the present. And just really not being able to delay gratification, just knee-jerking, reacting. It's toxic shit. It's very fucking weird to me. Hello.
So I didn't call to really talk about what comedians make, but do you have respect for Brennan? That is an older dude, an older comedian. He was able to pick up on the fact that he makes more money the new way through podcasting.
Yeah, he's doing great. I have no problem with Kevin. Kevin's in his own head.
I'm not saying you do, but unlike the idiot Ray, who's younger, who doesn't get the point.
Yeah, Kevin's infinitely smarter than Ray.
Absolutely.
100%.
So Ray, that's stupid that he can't get it through his head with you telling him and Kevin telling him. It's amazing.
I mean, I think Ray's doing okay with podcasting now. I don't think Ray's really hurting podcast wise, but
Why book Kevin Brennan for $3,000 if you can get me white comedian Ray DeVito for $10 and a cheeseburger?
Why would I travel to some club for $1,000 when I can turn on my camera anytime and make $50 an hour without leaving the bed or any hassle at all? I also get Patreon money. And the more shows I do, the more money I get an hour for my show, even if the quality gets worse and worse.
Yeah, I mean, people are there, but, you know, at some point, I think Zen's producer asked the question during the marathon show, what's the difference between a lolcow and a troll? Your perspective, your intention. You know, if Kevin's not stupid, so if he realizes how he's acting and it's all, and you know, I guess he does. He's like, I don't care if I'm right. Fuck Bob. It's like, okay, then I guess you're a troll. But if you really think like, no, everyone's after me, you're nuts and you need help, and then you're a lolcow. I really do feel like it's as easy as that. Hello.
Hey, what up, Mega G?
We're not doing this ever. I can't anymore. You're all retarded. DK, you know comedy is dead. Levy comedy tour in a year would make less sense than his stepdaughter only fan makes in a month. I just like, it is what it is. If Levy could make money traveling around doing comedy, he would, if the money was right. I don't think, again, it's not a slap in the mouth. No one's calling. No one's paying. No one's booking. Bars, fire. I mean, Chad is kind of right, but Chad doesn't see it in himself. Chad thinks he's a real comic and Bob Levy's a joke, remember? Bob Levy works firehouses. I work real clubs. You don't. You work one club, and then you work shitty one-nighters too in bars. Hello.
Hello, Melty. It's Kiki. Keanu.
Oh, hi.
Don't hang up.
Nobody's hanging up. What is wrong with you fucking queers?
I don't know. You disparaged me before. I would just like to.
I don't know
you.
I've teased you. I
know you. Okay, I love a good teasing session. Please, I love it. Onion ring. I don't mind at all.
Okay, so you're doing what? You want to?
It's a formal invite. If you want to come on Keanu Cast tomorrow, you can, or anytime, since you're no longer in the Kevin Brennan business.
No, tomorrow's my day off. I won't be doing anything, and it's not personal. But
what about another time?
I don't know. Catch me in a good mood. Catch me in a good mood.
Are you not in a good mood now?
I don't know what I am, but it's too. This is too new. It's too fresh.
I thought that was a very good conversation with Kevin Brennan. I've been trying to get him to like me again for years, and I did nothing to him. But he does apologize like that when he's thinking he's not on the air. He was so earnest. I truly believed I almost thought maybe he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, it's just like chat. Once I just say no, I'm not doing tomorrow. You're like, fuck you, you dick. It's like, all right, well.
It's like a little boy.
Yeah, it's like Chad. It literally is like Chad. I can't.
Oh God, Chad. Oh, poor Chadwick. Well, you have an open invite to come on Keanu Cast anytime you'd like, and I award you 50 Kiki bucks. So there you are. Melty.
Let me check out what Keanu Cast is, because I don't even know what Keanu Cast is, but I'll look into it.
You watched it the other night, you clown. You did.
I did.
You made fun of my Kiki.
Oh, that was on with your
Yes,
mom. With your mom. Okay.
She's my sidekick, and that was an impromptu one. It was not in my studio. We were at a hotel when we were doing Steel Toes show. So
all right, well, I'll think about it.
Not in their house.
I'll think about it.
Think about it. Wonderful. Okay, I'll mark you down for tomorrow. Goodbye.
But hey, while you're on the phone though, why would Gino not come on my? Okay, see, you don't want to answer the tough questions. Gino said he would come on my show and then ghosted me and started lying about me. Why don't you answer the tough questions? Kiki bucks. No thanks. I don't even want American dollars. It's almost worthless these days. What with the exchange rate and the taxes and the Biden? Come on.
Where's the white supremacist comedian Kevin Brennan and anti-Jew Con Thompson?
Where's the fucking the hate speech filter on that? Moody, Jesus Christ, the N-word just got straight through. Hello? Didn't we have a hate speech filter? You fucking sad. I mean, that's like the one. That is the one we're looking for. Hello?
Oh, it's Keanu. I wasn't trying to hang up on your question. I was just trying to be cute. You asked me something about Gino. I didn't
Yeah, he
hear.
said, Gino was talking to me about coming on my show and then just ghosted me.
When was this?
Ask your boy. Check our DMs.
He's very old. He's basically in hospice, so he may have just not seen it. But I'll look into it and ask him. I'm sure he would do anyone's show.
Also, is it true that he gave April COVID?
Isn't that funny? Gino is always patient zero for COVID. I don't know. I think everybody got COVID there because it was such a large event. But I'm vaccinated, so I'm doing well. But
Gross.
I think a few people got COVID.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you for calling in. We got to wrap this up. This is wild. We got to get out of here. We can't just sit around kiki all day. Jesus Christ. I mean, I shan't, darling. I got to. Patrick bans racial slurs but uses homophobic slurs. Yeah. I mean, they're not homophobic.
You're right, Melton. I'm just trolling people, not a low-all cow at all. I'm a real genius who basically lives in his car. I have to get more duct tape for my foot.
No. We can't. She's calling back. I can't. We're done. We've all got to move on. We've all got to find our own path now. We've all got to find a way to heal. I've done it. You should do it. We've all got to move on. Hello.
Release the Mike David stand-up footage now.
You can't handle it. You can't handle it. It would just wreck the whole illusion that he thinks stand-up is awful and make everybody realize he just couldn't do it.
What year is it from?
There was during the comedy club days. I don't know.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Release it tomorrow.
He tried several.
Goodbye.
He tried several times. It just couldn't cut it. Just didn't go well. Please explain Perry Caravello to me. I can explain Perry Caravello to you in 6 words.
I don't like the look of it. Say what? I don't like the look of it.
It's 7 words, Patrick. It's 7. I got ya. I got every little spurg in the chat. Thanks for coming out, everybody. We'll see you next time.
If you are wise, you'll listen to me.
Hold on, we had one more chat. We should probably do the last chat. Just to make it where everybody got their stuff in. Wow, we can't say that. This is all gotta be edited.